The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Oh my God, Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa! Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Whoa. We need some music to go with this.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Afternoon Real BBCF on Friday. Fat.
Yeah.
With myself as from Heel vs. Babyface, Gary Beekler coming from
Van Horn, Texas.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
And Morley coming from the mean streets of Cthulhu dimension.
Yeah.
Whatever
What's
the
up?
fuck that means. How y'all doing?
Oh, wait. Let's address the hostage in the room.
Yeah.
We had to move it to Az's channel today because I fucked up with I had a plan. I deviated from the plan and the plan got screwed up. So my bad. Sorry, guys.
As you'll never guess, of all the things that could be playing in the background, it happens to be that show that we're on right now.
Oh, look what's on behind me.
Oh, look at that.
I like that little Batman.
There's a little Batman, and then there's a slightly bigger little Batman.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Batman.
There's a couple of Batman.
They're guarding the TV.
Every super chat you send, chat, I get smaller.
I'm on
And
TV, Mom.
Add a Batman.
Look, Mom, I'm on TV. I told you I'd make it. I told you I'd be a star.
You said I wouldn't amount to anything. And you were right.
And
you were right. Yeah. And yeah.
What's up, chat?
To be proven correctly.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's fucking go. And we thought it would be quiet after the Acolyte ended. Boy, that was wrong. Wrong.
We'll get it. We'll get into that. By the way, chat, this isn't my new setup. This is believe it or not, this is a temporary setup for the next couple of days while the office is being painted. Can I come say hello? All right. Well, Mr. Porkchop is covered in sweat and paint. Hello,
Mr. Porkchop.
Yeah, he's
shilling his t-shirts.
What if he finishes all the work and he gets to see his kid again?
gets to have food.
He gets to see his kid alive. So we're all rooting for him.
We're rooting for you.
Rooting for you.
So we're hoping that he can get it done in time. Ooh, TikTok. So, we're in my front room, which is also been revamped, and will be even more revamped tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah, so it's all go.
A kid's life depends on it. I hope it gets done.
Well, you know.
Yes, it is.
That's the beauty about sperm. It can create all kinds of
all kinds of life.
Yeah.
There's plenty of sperm in the ball sack.
They should make a documentary about sperm. It's great.
Oh. Schmirgy
You should make a Pixar movie about sperm.
Yeah.
They'll probably go, yeah, and you'll have trans sperm.
Shooting for the stars.
A musical.
So how was your guys' weekend?
Shooting for the stars.
Shooting not from a star.
Yeah. Fucking comes out the tip of a dick.
Oh, that's the sound effect.
Fucking hits fucking cheek.
So authentic.
Oh, here's a facial. And that's the journey.
That's the journey.
So you got to get from the face down to the neck, chest, and into the egg.
Yes, Monty Python already did it.
Yes.
They already did everything great, all right?
We already did everything great.
Okay. Already did it.
Can we not try again? Okay, just because the greatest of all time did it first? Yeah.
Can't we poorly imitate? Like, give us a chance, gosh.
Like Hollywood does every day.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of imitations, whether they're poor or not, that's up to you. We'll talk about Robert Downey Jr. Being announced as Dr. Doom.
I was there.
In the new Avengers. So is this? Oh, let's start with it. Actually, is this paving the way for RDJ to come back as Iron Man, or at least to reprise his role as Iron Man for Secret Wars?
If he's willing to do it for X amount of money, then yes, because apparently they're paying him the fucking earth to get him back.
Yeah, in excess of $18
he got
million.
His Oscar. Got his Oscar. He proved it to himself that he's still an actor. So he's like, yeah, okay, now I can do stuff for money again.
Yeah, now I can mate. So what's okay? Let's just go with the basic question then. What's your reaction? What's your reaction to the news of RDJ being Dr. Doom?
Sigh.
I think it's both an act of desperation and admission of failure. And I think it broke the internet. A lot of people are excited about it. I don't think it helps with longevity at all. And the only option you have left after this is a reboot. That is the only option. And it's going to be a soft reboot. So you'll have some of the, you'll have the Fantastic Four team that you're introducing, but you're going to have a completely different Dr. Doom because, Dictor Doom. He's
that's a Freudian slip there. You're going to have a complete different dick.
Well, he's 60. So, and he'll be, God, by 2027 by the time Secret Wars comes out. So that's 3 years from now. So 63.
Looks great.
He looks great. Of course. He's got an army of people keeping him so good, by the way.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's sober, and I actually think he's an inspiration. So I love RDJ. But I think it was a fun announcement. It was cool to see everybody kind of going nuts at con for a change, but it doesn't help longevity at all. And yeah, if they pull out that infamous Iron Man stuff and that costume looks terrible, they needed Dr. Doom to look like Dr. Doom. So in a lot of ways, they've painted themselves in such a corner with Phase 4, and they can't come out and just say, we're going to wipe it out, which is what they need to do. Like what they flat out need to just wipe it from existence for them to move forward. And I just don't think they can do it. I just don't. I've also known about it for a while, so I've had a lot of time to process it. So it was when he was, I didn't think they would announce it this soon. Like what I was told,
was getting out.
What I was told, it was going to be a surprise post-credit scene in Fantastic Four. So they were gonna like plant seeds throughout the movie of Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom's not the villain. And he's going to show up at the end.
Okay.
But it must have got out somehow. And
I was seeing it in a couple of different places, and I was like, looks like something got out somewhere that shouldn't have, and then the fact that they were like, "Fuck it, we want the explosion of announcing it."
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a fun announcement. It doesn't help your longevity at all. Just like Deadpool and Wolverine, it's the win Marvel needs as far as like it's making tons of money. Most people like it, not everybody, and it's the win they needed, but it doesn't fix the MCU. As a matter of fact, it's right back to business as usual in about a month, right? And that's the problem they've had is like when they do have a No Way Home or a Guardians 3, they go right back to being the MCU. And you have to wait, and that's asking a lot of the audience. Now, everything's going to sound great in Hall H, guys. You know this. Everybody knows this now. You're playing to the home team, and everything's going to sound amazing. But in reality, it's not. I'll give you a couple of great examples. Snakes on a Plane, the announcement at Comic-Con many years ago, was the buzz of the con, of the entire con. Everybody's like, I can't wait for Snakes on a Plane. That's such a crazy concept. Snakes on a Plane. And it fucking bombed. Serenity was one of the most popular things at the con. The panel, the previews, and it's a great movie, but it didn't do well. But it didn't. So what plays well at con does not necessarily play well in the real world. For example, the only Star Wars display was Acolyte costumes, dude, and it was fucking hilarious. So many people were clowning it; it was unbelievable.
Well, they had the Star Wars celebration. They all came out through like WWE entrances. You know,
Comes, yes, exactly.
Now, like she's fucking shit. Well, she is shit. That's just the problem. And it's just like, look at all this fucking ego, and it's like, yeah, so that's at Star Wars celebrations. Through all the, lots of claps. Oh yeah, what a great reception. Nobody fucking watched it because it's just fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
this is the reality.
So the panel. I mean, we knew there was going to be a Hall H panel, but it did feel hastily put together based on Marvel panels I've seen in the past. Now I haven't gone to a Hall H or a Marvel panel in like 7 years. So, and this is the first like con with Hollywood. This is the first real con since COVID, by the way. Because remember last year, the strike, and it was a better con, by the way, last year with no Hollywood. So it felt hastily put together, but they brought out every star they could for like 5 minutes. So they flew all these people out. They flew Harrison Ford out to jump around like he was fucking high as hell, like he sounded, for like 2 minutes. And then they sent him off. But it was very hastily put together. I saw the trailer for Captain African American and the Thunderbolts, and they look terrible, like terrible.
I am shocked.
Yeah, and the reshoot of Captain America, I am told is better than the last one, but still pretty bad.
Fourth time lucky.
Yeah, still pretty bad. So, and the Thunderbolts, dude, there's a scene where they're all together and none of them are in costumes. Like, who the fuck are these people? You recognize the Task Mistress who's in it, but that's it. And the Red Guardian, I guess, is wearing his costume, but nobody else. Bucky doesn't look like Bucky.
Is that?
Yeah.
No.
But like Florence Pugh's Black Widow is just like in green, like a green army out khakis fucking thing, whatever the hell she is in. It's like not Black Widow at all. It's like, what the hell is this? So, and when you see the trailer, it's very much like dollar store Suicide Squad, a dime store, penny store.
Well, neither. Well, the Suicide Squad by what's his name? I hate
James Gunn.
Yeah, by James Gunn. That bombed like a motherfucker.
It did, and I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
I thought it was good.
Thought it was decent. Yeah, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But Thunder. No, I don't think. Right. So we'll be probably segueing from this into the Deadpool thing anyway.
Yeah.
But this Deadpool is a complete anomaly. This has got nothing to do with the MCU. This has got everything to do with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. That's why this movie is so goddamn hot. And we'll get into opinions about it momentarily as well. But that's the reason why this film is doing so well indeed. Captain African American ain't going to get any rub from this, or it's going to get very minimal rub from this.
Props to the chat for coming up with that, by the way. I can't take credit. It's already pissing off people on Twitter. It's so great.
Oh, man. Oh, wait. Hold on. Do I got to tweet out now? Wait.
Dude.
Wait.
I can't take credit for it. We have to go back. I'll have X-Ray Girl go back, and it was somebody in our chat from last week, I believe. It was on a real BBC. That was funny as hell. So well done. Not mine. While you're looking that up, Paul H. Yeah, so they started out with Thunderbolts and Captain African American and people and Anthony Mackie's like a likable dude. Like he's a totally likable dude, and he's I guess there's a running joke between him and Tom Holland. Tom Holland like said, well, Anthony Mackie doesn't have his own movie. So he ran out and Harrison Ford was there. He's like, I got motherfucking Harrison Ford in my movie, motherfucker. That was funny. It was genuinely funny. David Harbour came out in costume and nobody else did. And he's like, what the hell? You guys said you would be in costume. And then when it's funnier is when you look at the movie, it's like, oh, they don't have any costumes. So, but it was just kind of eh. And then they showed the FF footage, which is leaked online. So I think you can see a lot of it or most of it. And it's supposed to be like a 16 millimeter film that we used to see in school. We didn't have video displays. So they would like get the little projector out with the 16 millimeter reels and it would go. And it's basically them doing their original origin. It's getting ready to take off in a rocket, you know, go up to the moon, and it's redoing the voice. Now, Pedro Pascal's voice in it is terrible. Like his Reed Richards voice. I don't know if you guys heard it. It's pretty bad.
I saw all the cam footage. It was difficult to make out audio, really.
Okay.
So he tries to talk like this. That's what I am Reed Richards.
It's so bad. I'm like, oh God, no. Vanessa Kirby is hot, dude. Like smoking hot. I was like 10 feet away from her. I'm like, good God. So she's good as Sue Storm. No problem there. And I got to see Eddie from Stranger Things. I think he's fine. But they show the footage and they did a silhouette. It was kind of like a documentary, like this is the family and we're going up in the space and here's Johnny Storm. And then they do another clip where they're doing like the dating game and a woman picks contestant number 3 and it's a silhouette of the Thing and it looks like the Thing from the comic books, like completely, like really fucking cool. And then they end it with like Galactus looking in a window of a building, which looked pretty cool, but no female Silver Surfer. Which will completely ruin it for me, probably. I'm just going to say that right now. That's so effing lame on so many levels.
Okay.
I don't know how you make it good.
I'd like to see both of your reactions to this.
Okay.
So this is Comic-Con. This is Vanessa Kirby. Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. He's being like...
And this is Pedro. Now, this... Well, let's see, and then tell me what you think. Morley, you go first.
You go first.
Watch this, and then you tell me what you think of it, okay?
Gotcha. That was interesting.
That was weird. He looks sick.
Let's watch that one. Let's watch that one again.
So my first impression would be that she was like, stop, and grabbed his hand to move it away or move it into a place that's more, let's call it less controversial.
Yeah. She did not look happy with that at all. And she's a professional and she very cleverly took his hand away and held it. To make it look like a bonding thing, because of course this is Comic-Con, PR, this is a PR machine. So she did the very diplomatic kind of PR response to this, but she did not seem happy in the slightest of Pedro just kind of...
Another explanation could be that they're doing stuff behind the scenes.
He rubbed her. Whoa! He rubbed her arm.
He's rubbing the back of her.
He rubbed her arm.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't catch that part. Oh,
yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, he's rubbing.
That's why I'm like, that's pretty forward. So I assume maybe there's a chance that they're doing stuff, and then she's like, whoa! Like, don't make that obvious.
Yeah.
Unless he's just going for it in general, which is probably not a good idea.
Nope. That's okay. The only thing, to be fair to them, is to give context here, is they lined them up and there's no podium. They're not like, usually people sit down at a table and answer questions. They just lined them up and they're standing there. And then the guy who plays Peter from Deadpool and Wolverine is asking questions that were given to him like right when he walked up to the panel. So he's reading them. And there's no realness to it. It's pretty terrible. God damn, my air conditioner just popped on right behind me. Sorry, this is gonna be bad for a second. But yeah, and it's super awkward. Like the whole thing was awkward. So maybe they were feeling awkward. But that like rubbing her arm is weird.
Please turn caps locks off, people. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, so I just think that's a bit odd, bit weird. Just wanted to show that. I was just thinking if in today's day and age, if that was the wrong person, you could see that people would be all over that kind of business. So I don't know. Maybe they are doing stuff.
Maybe. I'll be right back. Sorry, I got to turn off this
It's
AC.
Pedro said butt stuff. Morley, because I haven't heard your opinion yet. What did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine?
Well, I've already got over it on a couple of streams, so it's hopefully not going to be too shocking to people, but I thought it was absolute crap.
Really? Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Didn't like it from the get-go, and then over time have come to not like it more and more thinking about it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything particular that rubbed you the wrong way, or just a sequence?
Yeah, the spirit of Deadpool 1 and 2 has just been completely lost. They didn't really care to take care of the events or the characters from those films. This is an MCU product that's infected the shit out of what Deadpool was and how cool it was as a sort of experiment. I think that they cheated with Wolverine hardcore. They didn't commit at all to the goal that they had with using bringing Hugh Jackman back as an alternative Wolverine. It felt to me like they just claimed to do that, but essentially brought back the one everybody wants to see anyway. Neither of the characters are acting in character in the film. They're like facsimiles of themselves. I guess that's redundant. They're and then dare I even get into how retarded the plot is, how nonsense the world building is, and then the cameos I thought were incredibly pandering, manipulative, and superficial, and some of them are kind of actually annoying. And that the film is getting so much respect for being a send-off for the Fox universe, when, as far as I'm concerned, it barely respects the Fox universe, other than being like, hey, you guys like this? There it is. There it goes.
Wow.
That broadly covers my main issues.
So you liked it?
So it's a maybe.
Yeah, sure.
It's a maybe.
So what are you trying to say?
Enjoyed the hell out of it.
10 out of 10.
Would once again. Thank you, John Campier. Gary, what did you think?
I gave it a 7 out of 10. I saw it twice. I'm sticking with that. It's fun, but super flawed. So I'm not over enthusiastic about it because admittedly, Ryan said this, and I think this is a great description, right? There's one level you got to, for me anyway, it was fun. It was fun, seeing all the comic book covers and all that fucking key jangling. Some of it fucking worked with me, because when you see Uncanny X-Men 251 done, when you see Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, that's cool. I love their fights and the charisma and just pure ability of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to carry this movie with and I'm being generous, paper thin story is phenomenal. Like, that's how much character can like really carry a movie, even when it's got like absolute. I even like Cassandra Nova. Like she had nothing of a background at all, but I thought the performance was good, and I had no problem with her. I hated seeing body positivity time cop in it. I hated the fucking TVA. I thought the TVA I liked the first part of the movie a lot better because I know you don't like this, Mauler, but I fucking loved the credit scene when they just lean into, sorry, spoilers, when they lean into desecrating Logan and just killing fucking TVA agents with the bones of a fucking laughing my ass off.
The end thing.
Kind of a bummer that they did normal credits though. I really liked the non-normal credits of the first two Deadpool movies. This is it was fun as far as a send-off for Fox. You know what bugged me the most with that post-credit scene? The fucking song. Time of Your Life by fucking Green Day. Fucking the most normal fucking send-off song ever. I fucking hate Green Day. Fuck Green Day. So I hated that part. I was like, God damn, make this song in.
Everyone needs to conform, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck Green Day. But I had fun. Both times watching it, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a great film. It's cinema. It was a parody. And the thing that makes this the third best Deadpool film to me. My review's finally coming out today, by the way. We had to work on it a little bit. Perry's doing a great job. Perry edited it. It's magic. Is because it lacked the heart of the first two, and it really undoes that being broken up with Vanessa and then like not really getting back together at the end. Like was just it's so Disney.
It was pathetic.
It's so fucking Disney. We can't have heteronormative relationships. It's like, fuck off. So there was some Disneyness in it for sure, but it wasn't preachy. So I guess you can give it points for that. It wasn't a preachy mess. But my biggest problem was the TVA and it taking place mostly in the void, right? I think it needed another year and another pass on the script. They had 6 screenwriters, by the way. I think it needed another year, and it could have been a lot tighter, but they were rushing it. They finished principal photography in February of this year, and in places it showed. So 7 out of 10 for me. I liked it. I had fun. I'll probably go see it again with the missus.
Cool.
It's nowhere near No Way Home, and I can probably safely say I liked it about as much as I like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Okay, I liked it much better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I thought was actually a very manipulative and boring film. Very mid.
Except for the Warlock. Warlock was shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but that wasn't even Adam
We'll agree
Warlock.
on that.
I don't even know what that is. That wasn't Adam Warlock. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a great time. I thought it was a slow first 20 minutes. There was the stuff with Happy didn't land at all. There was a lot of sort of like missed jokes in the first 20 minutes.
Favreau's like lost his ability to act.
I don't know if he cared. It kind of really didn't feel like Favreau cared. But once Hugh Jackman came into it,
sorry to interrupt you there, but I think that's his acting in No Way Home was the same. It was not very good.
No, I don't think.
It wasn't very good in No Way Home.
No, I think.
Go back and look at his older movies. The dude was a really good actor.
Yeah, the thing is, when he had RDJ there, he's playing big time second fiddle to RDJ. And then when RDJ isn't then, it's as if Favreau's trying to play the alpha or the dog's bollocks, and he can't because he ain't. Anyhow, but the first 20 minutes I was kind of a little bit worried because I thought it was not hitting anything. And then as soon as Hugh Jackman came in, I thought it just absolutely picked up pace. I liked the stuff in the void. I thought Cassandra Nova was really good. I thought she's a great actress. I thought she's kind of underused a little bit. I would have liked us in a wee bit more instead of just. I mean, there isn't. I don't think there's much denying the story is way for thin. Absolutely way for thin. But I thought that Jackman and Reynolds themselves were both so good with the way that they bounced off each other, the way that they interacted with others. That I really got invested in those two, particularly Jackman. And I actually really enjoyed the cameos because I thought they got to do something apart from be just cameo. They got to do a little bit more. Seeing, well, I mean, we are going to hit some spoilers here, folks. So yeah, I know. Oh, as like the bald chick, surprise. Stick with what you know. Stick with your own.
I did too.
If I've learned anything, yeah. Hey, but yeah, I mean, I thought Wesley Snipes coming, when he came out as Blade, I was fucking bound. I
cheered.
I had all the jingles. I didn't care. I was fucking
unapologetically nerd cheered.
Those keys. Yeah, I was like, give me them keys, baby. Give me them keys. But I actually thought Channing Tatum's Gambit was hilarious.
Also, proof he should have never played the role. By the way,
yeah.
They leaned into like,
but it also proved that Gambit can be done with the way that they use his abilities.
Get Taylor Kitsch back, and I think I would agree with that.
So, was it Taylor?
From Wolverine Origins?
Oh, right. I've never seen that film. I've never wanted to see that.
But he's a better Gambit. He's a better Remy for sure.
So, I actually left the cinema feeling. I love the ending. I really did like the ending with the. I'm trying to be vague at some parts just in case you haven't seen it. But I really thought it was going to go one direction, and it didn't. And so I like that. I was pissed that he didn't get back together with Vanessa at the end, but I think they were hinting that he is going to get back together with.
You noticed Dopinder lost his accent?
I didn't hear him, to be honest with you, speak.
Oh, he speaks the King's English.
Oh.
Or the American's English. Sorry, my bad, guys. I say that. And you're like, fucking what? No, he speaks the American English. His accent is completely gone.
I saw this. To me, this felt much more like a Fox Marvel film than a Marvel film. You could see Disney's paws all over it, but I had a really good time. I did have a really good time, and it's not going to translate over to the other films for the MCU. This, I think, like I've stressed, is an anomaly because of who's in it, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I gave it an 8. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for funsies, and I thought it's a lot of funsies. Just get past that first 20 minutes, and you're in for a really good time.
Yep. I do think even No Way Home, which I love, like has that slow first third, right? It's pretty slow. And I don't like what they do to Doctor Strange in that much, but it still has a lot of rewatchability because the way they integrate, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and their characters have meaning, and they even make Hot Aunt May make sense. And you actually like the fake MJ in that one, although she's still a fake MJ. And sure, they did everything backwards, which I feel like if I have time to talk about that, I think that's what they're going to do with Fantastic Four too, because it's called First Steps, which is fucking terrible name.
It is an awful name, yes.
But we'll see. I could be completely wrong, but I think as time goes on and you're not in a theater full of people cheering, which definitely helps this movie. I'm wondering where the rewatchability will come in when you see Blade come in for the third or fourth time, and it's really slow and it's meant to have that. They should almost put the applause, like the canned applause, in at that point, because I just don't know how it's going to work for longevity. I don't think they cared though, because I think the whole thing this thing was put together was an act of desperation. So it's weird that it's not weird at all. It's very coincidental that when you have Hugh Jackman come back at however old he is, 55, right? And then announce Robert Downey Jr. coming back, and it gets everybody excited. But then once you think about it for a second, wait a minute, like you need to recast these roles at some point. You absolutely need to recast, and you're just kicking that can down the road. And it's clear that they just needed a win. They just needed to turn something around in the box office. And then I guess their attitude will be, we're going to try to change things with what we can. And I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if it's possible.
Well, they didn't turn it around. That's just the thing.
No, they didn't.
This isn't Marvel turning it around, because this is everything to do with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. So it's not as if they found a formula. Oh my God, we refound the formula.
No, you know what they did? Whether you like this movie or not, they gave people what they wanted.
Yes.
And it's curious that they make fun of Furiosa in this. Well, not fake, but they do a Furiosa scene.
Yeah.
They go Furiosa.
And it's like, it's funny that you bring that up in this movie, because you got a Furiosa movie, which I liked, that flopped because you didn't give people what they wanted. In this one, paper thin story, but you put Hugh Jackman in his Wolverine costume and team him up with Ryan Reynolds, and holy shit, people show up. Crazy.
I like the way that the film did kind of call out executives that embarrassed to put superheroes in their actual costumes because they think it's silly and they don't understand that it's cool as fuck. And you know, there was a huge call out of multiverses. Basic, you know, where he says multiverses is shit. You know,
but okay, and I hear you, Mahler, and I'm going to back up your argument right now. You're right. They called out costumes. They called out the multiverse. And then they lean into the multiverse, and they have body positivity time cop come in and girl boss everything at the fucking end. And at Hall H, they showed the Thunderbolts trailer, which doesn't have any original Thunderbolts and any superhero, because I'm not counting the Taskmistress. No superheroes in their original costume, except for a fat Red Guardian.
Yeah.
So they do this. They go back to doing the same fucking thing. Oh, and then we have Captain African American looking like a downhill skier in his costume.
As I said, this has got nothing to do with Marvel. This is Marvel. This is who they are.
Yeah.
This is Ryan Reynolds talking here. This is so it kind of feels to me, this doesn't feel like a Marvel film in as much as quite a few things that have been said are not in line with Marvel's philosophies.
This was
all a different take on this. This film's a skinwalker to me. It's like pretending to. It's using the clout of the first two Deadpools and the sort of atmosphere and artistry of those, and it's trying to come across as their sequel when it's actually an MCU film. It's a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing. This is cowardly self-awareness. This is corporate fucking corporate edge. Like it's like, look at us, we're making fun of ourselves with some of the most safe and well accepted criticisms that everyone has, and then they do the things that they are pointing out. I don't give them any points for saying, wow, that only took him 20 fucking years to put him in the costume. It's like, so first of all, they baited the costume back with what? Was it Apocalypse or First Class? I can't remember which one had the post-credit scene of giving him his costume. But point being, we've been in the era of giving them
the Wolverine
comic shit, and I have said a bazillion times on our shows that I actually kind of hate that people give them so many points for the comic book accurate costumes when the comic book accurate writing is never fucking given to us. The comic book accurate respect is never given. It's like the costumes are done to trick us. Just like every line Deadpool has that's critical of the MCU or studios, I see it all as like the fucking Monopoly man walking up to him being like, hey, isn't it shit how aren't these films just so shit? You're like, what are you doing? Who are you? Like, what? You're the one who fucking makes this shit. What do you mean? And it looks like they're not changing course whatsoever in terms of multiverse.
They're not.
Cringily
they're clearly
the
not.
Keys.
That like after Hall H, they are clearly not, because Fantastic Four takes place in another universe, which is probably going to be destroyed. And we're going to end in Secret Wars, and we're going to have multiple variants of. You're probably going to see Robert Downey Jr. as multiple Iron Man, and Chris Evans as multiple Captain Americas. And I don't think that fixes anything. For one, they're adapting the Secret Wars from the later one, not the original good one. Which is complete shit. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for hype. 10 out of 10 for hype. To borrow semi-borrow a phrase from Zaphod
Nothing.
Beeblebrox. 0 out of 10 for good thinking.
Remember the hype for Endgame, and what's Endgame's reputation for its writing nowadays?
No, I'm probably gonna.
I'd
With
watch
Endgame in this
all
film, I'm
day,
probably gonna
every day
feel
then.
the same. Like there's moments I really love,
Yeah.
and then there's like, then there's. It's
Yeah,
just a mixed bag.
There's bits I like about Endgame. There's bits
But I
I
had
don't
fun.
like about Endgame.
Like I went in, I had fucking fun. I'm not gonna apologize for that. Like I had fun watching this movie. I'm a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Dude, the original Secret War is what they need to adapt, not Secret Wars, which basically was done to get Miles Morales into the 616. And to me, that's really where the 616 ended. By the way, I fucking hate that they call the sacred timeline the 616. So the MCU timeline was always the 1 and it's 5-9. So it's 1-9-9-9-9-9. That's what
Did any of you understand what was happening at the beginning with the timeline jump in? Because most people I talk to don't even know what
it makes it a little difficult when we don't know
really.
what the Fox timeline is. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck. Like,
So the best I can understand it is Deadpool, because of Vanessa, wanted to do more heroing and
Yes.
decided the best way to do that would be to join the Avengers, and so goes to the sacred timeline using presumably Cable's device to join them. They deny him, and then he takes that so badly he stops helping people.
did you catch
understand? This is
that
the first, like, 5
their
minutes.
baby? Did you catch that their kid miscarried?
Oh no.
Supposedly that's what happened, but after watching it twice, I did not catch that. But that's supposedly what happened.
Well, I
And
mean, they were having a kid, right, at the end of Deadpool 2.
they were, yeah.
Sorry, beginning of Deadpool.
We're gonna
2.
name it Cher.
This is another thing that's a problem. Everyone's got to refresh on Deadpool 2 because I think a lot of people remember different things. But first and foremost, because I had to clarify this on a couple of other streams, X-Force died in the movie, and then he went back in time, and what we see is he saves Peter.
Pete.
However, at the beginning of this film, they show several members of X-Force are alive that likely would have died had he not saved them. So the implication is he saved them all. Like Shatterstar is there, the alien guy.
Shatterstar's there. The Vanisher, we can't tell. Brad Pitt, we don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he saved it. And then it's really open. And and you brought this up, Muller, and I'm going to bring it up. Colossus, one of the best parts of the Deadpool films is fucking Colossus. Is completely nerfed in this, like nothing.
They didn't care. There's a lot of arguments. I have a fucking laundry list.
But,
of how much they didn't care about Deadpool.
definitely, I agree with you. Go back and watch Deadpool 2. And I told you guys I did this like a couple months ago, and I was like, a little too harsh on that movie. I kind of liked it a little more. Kid's still annoying, but it's really fun. It's funny as hell, dude. Like they ripped the shit out of the Marvel universe in that, and a little harder, to be honest with you. So they could have gone harder too. Like, dude, popping into a multiverse where it's just all female characters was just right there to be had. Like, and they see a man show up and they go misogynist, and they all descend. You see like Valkyrie and multiple versions of Captain Marvel going down on him. That would have been. Oh wow, that's a bit.
That's a bit. I'm gonna say a bit meta, but holy shit! Welcome.
The movie
to
was
movies.
meta.
Welcome to movies. Yeah. Well, it's making all of the money imaginable. I mean, it's had an absolutely colossal, no pun intended. Monday, 24.5 million on the Monday. Holy shit.
That's insane.
That is absolutely insane.
Let's see that second weekend though.
Oh no, I think people are going to go back and
I think it holds up. Dude,
yeah.
$500 million worldwide.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
For a rated R movie.
For a rated R movie, that's a weekend plus domestic Monday. That's
lots of little kids in my theater. Lots.
I went on a Friday afternoon showing, and it was nearly full.
Ours
and
was
then
sold out.
The showing after it was, it said last couple of tickets. So there was a very good atmosphere in the theater. Great buzz. Yeah.
Yes, chat.
People were happy, and my cinema was heaving. And I haven't seen my cinema heave like that since The Last Jedi.
What's a 15? Okay, now I get it. Is a 15 rating in the UK just over 15 can go without a parent?
15 and high without. Yeah,
I kind of prefer that system because it's like
self-explanatory.
It's very self-explanatory. I'm like, oh, I forgot it's the UK. They're really, really practical when they're with that and smart with their stuff. So 15. Yeah, there was like 6-year-olds. There was like 6-year-olds in there. I wouldn't have.
There was some C-bombs going on in that film. He said it twice in one sentence.
There's one joke that I've seen twice that I do think was a complete dig at Disney. Now, not in the groomer sense, but in a sense of taking IPs and destroying them. So the Taylor scene where he's grabbing his dick and the balls, that's supposed to be Disney. That's Disney. Oh. And he's like, I really like your Taylor. Bit of a predator.
Though.
And after watching that joke twice, I'm all, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Making fun of Hugh Jackman's divorce was pretty fucking funny too.
He's let himself go after the divorce. And then, of course, the payoff of that at the end was when his shirt exploded off. And
he has CG. That was a CG bod, dude.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a ripped. I mean, he's still in great fucking shape. He's a huge jacked man.
He's 55,
and he's on the Marvel sauce, just like Paul Rudd and Robert Downey Jr. and all of they're all on the fucking thing.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford was on the Joe Biden juice at the panel. So, did you see my video I put up of that? Holy sh! I was like, so he's jumping around all happy, and then somebody asks him a question, and it takes him like 30 seconds to get. It's like, did they ask you to shave the mustache? He's all, I'd have grown one if somebody asked me. You know, after jumping around, it's like, oh my God, don't hurt him. I want him to finish filming 1923 season 2.
It was probably baked.
He probably was.
That's what he does. Just gets baked.
I still love Harrison.
He's a legend. He'll always be.
He'll come out as a white boy for Kamala any day, though. So those videos are great, by the way. Thank you.
I thought White Men for Kamala was a porn parody, but apparently not. So
Mahler loved it. He gave it. I just want everybody go out on Twitter and say Mahler gave it a 10 out of 10.
So Mahler, I think what we can agree on is that the movie's making all of the money. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, not a surprise at all.
Yeah, so the film's making all the money. So Marvel have decided to do this, Gary.
We can also agree on they're going to learn all the wrong lessons from.
Oh, they're going to. Well, I'd say no lessons.
No lessons will be learned. No. Nothing is going to change. It's going to be great. People will go to MCU was saved until Agatha comes out, which didn't get a single Agatha. Ironheart or Daredevil. None of the D+ stuff got mentioned at the Hall H panel at all. And you think they would like throw up some Daredevil stuff? That's popular. That would get some hype, but not a word.
No, I mean, you've got a film that's making all the money, and Marvel Comics, Gary, have announced this.
I fucking hate it when they do this. God, poor retailers.
Deadpool is dead. Deadpool is dead.
For context, Mahler.
I've seen this already.
They've been doing this a long time.
Oh, yes.
Captain America movie comes out, they kill Captain America. Yeah. Iron Man movie comes out, they kill Iron Man. Thor movie, Thor, he's dead. It's like, come on.
Jane Cancer, yeah. Get your first look at Wade's daughter, Ellie.
Or he's unworthy. He's not dead. He's unworthy, so he loses.
He loses the hammer. Taking up the mantle in 2 new covers and follow her new mission in Deadpool 7.
No, that's okay.
And they do it in issue 7 as.
No, I know.
Like fucking issue 7 of a 12 issue of series that will be canceled by issue 12.
Yes. And it's issue 7. It's after issue 7 comes out, so it's issue 8 that they get told pencils down.
Yeah, if you go to any comic shop now, the new release racks are shrinking because that used to be your main source of income, or at least half of your income at a comic store. Now it's I couldn't even guess 20-30% of your income. That's on a good day. This is fucking terrible. But this is why they're not turning around. The comic industry is a write-off. It is a loss leader. They just write it off. It's not profitable, and it won't be profitable. And manga is kicking their fucking ass right now, like everywhere. And they had an opportunity to turn around during COVID, and they didn't. So. And MCU following in the same path. I've done multiple videos on making the same mistakes. What's that definition of insanity, Mahler?
Oh, be Disney at this point.
Yes.
Anything they do.
I know. You're pissed off about this movie. Hey, House of the Dragon, though. Dude, let's talk about that while he's gone.
Well, I was gonna say, like, because it was funny you said they'll learn the wrong lessons. I actually see this as the output from having learned the wrong lesson from No Way Home.
That's a good point.
As in, like, it's something that was illuminating to me was I was listening to Red Letter Media review Deadpool and Wolverine. They quite loved it, and they brought up No Way Home as an example of how to do the bringing back old characters, paying respect, and they reference what a lot of people do, which is Andrew Garfield, how they fixed him up. They gave him a story that is better representative of the character that he is, gives him closure where he didn't get it in his films. And it kind of makes you in a position where you're like, I wouldn't mind seeing more of him as Spider-Man now, as opposed to Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, which generally considered pretty bad. Direct comparison, of course, to something like a Reed Richards from Multiverse of Madness, or any of the fuckers in that got their cameos. That's the bad way to do it. I thought it was funny they were even referencing that as the bad way, when I'm pretty sure they gave a positive review of that film. I'd have to go and check, because I know that Jay was very positive on it because of Sam Raimi.
A Doctor Strange mom. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
In any case, of course, that was like the dichotomy. And then he said, luckily, Deadpool and Wolverine, we got the No Way Home side of the cameos. They were meaningful. And he I legit almost want to play the clips back to him just to see him describe them, right? So with Andrew Garfield, he described all of the storytelling bits, and with MJ and how, you guys know, I don't need to explain it. And the lack of it with Reed Richards. He turns up, says the thing. He was there because of a fan cast, and then he gets stripped of his flesh. Like, it's very cynical in a way. And they were talking about how Elektra, and he was like, Elektra's film, not very well received, pretty disliked. And here she is, Jennifer Garner, she's here. And they give her, she gets, they give her, she's like, she gets to have like a hero moment. You see her fighting. That's nothing to me. That's like,
that's not the same. It is not the same. No, they played a little, okay, this wasn't The Flash. This wasn't Doctor Strange mom, where they just all showed up and talked for a second and died. They did something, but it was nowhere near the context of No Way Home. We weren't fleshed out of any characters. We got a good Ben Affleck joke. That was it.
I thought they did die. I thought Alioth, whatever, killed them. And then we see X-23 got rescued.
X-23's at the end, yeah.
Well, no, at the end, they fix it. They mentioned they open. I can't. They mention about, like, if we got to go back and save some people.
Yeah.
He did say go and help the people who helped us, but the thing is, like, they can only help the ones that haven't already died. And I assumed that when they showed the dragon thing coming at them.
Sorry, I didn't think the TVA could interfere in the void.
Well, they said they were going to save him. They saved X-23.
But
I'm just
apparently
saying,
the TVA can interrupt in the void now, because it's a different TVA. The biggest lost opportunity of this movie is that Time Ripper. I just remembered I called it a Time Eater in my video. Do you care? It's supposed to be a Time Ripper. So I might fix that after the show.
Edit this in.
but they had this opportunity where they had the magical bullshit machine. It's a timer, but that could have fixed everything. It could have wiped out the TVA. It could have got rid of all these fucking timelines, and it could have just like wiped it all out. And they didn't do it. And I'm like, God damn it! The spaghetti machine, basically, at the end.
I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't see a huge difference between how they handled some of the people in MOM versus how they handled some of the cameos in this. But like, I don't know, some of these felt like they get away with it because someone like a Blade with Wesley Snipes, just seeing him in costume is already going to send people over the moon.
Well, Blade fought. I mean, like in Mom, for one, they were lame characters, and they just fucking died. Like they just died. That's all they did. I would think the biggest difference is Doctor Strange Mom wasn't supposed to be a parody and was, and this is supposed to be a parody. I think that's the biggest difference.
Sure, but like, because that's another thing. It's like, what are you expecting? It's a Deadpool movie. And I'm like, well, Deadpool 1 and 2 aren't like this. They have so much more heart and substance with the what they're addressing. Something I really missed from this movie was having Wade Wilson. Most of it is just Deadpool. If you watch the first film, it's quite an even split, and he is like a man with a life. He has values. He's got lots of things to be concerned about. He is a jokey son of a bitch, right? With like almost everything he does. But even that film argues they show there's a limit to that with when they threaten people he loves or when they deal significant damage to him. Like the torture sequence I always found pretty effective in the first Deadpool, especially when they take it to the maximum sort of thing and explain to him that he's got the wrong idea about what this is and that he's only going to suffer and then become like a drone for whoever pays the highest for him. You know, it's like a horrifying situation. And there's other prisoners he's talking to who are suffering. You know, there's a lot of really, really grounded and good stuff in Deadpool 1.
You missed TJ Miller too. TJ Miller and Gina.
He's funny as fuck. And yeah, it would have been really awesome to have Angel Dust in this, but what can you say?
Well, that was never going to happen, especially with the court case.
Oh, the truly weak cameos were the X-Men, where they just recast like day players to play Callisto. And
like, I was disappointed with Sabretooth. You've seen the full cameo. You've seen the trailer.
You do. That's it. You miss about a second if you haven't seen it of that battle.
And this is kind of, I think some people are like, what did you expect? And I'm like, do you think there's something we could have done dialogue wise between Sabretooth and Wolverine? Do you think maybe?
I was okay with the gag, but it just, the older X-Men stuff just fell flat because of the extras playing cameos. It's like, then just don't even, why don't you find the actors you can get and use them? Like, I didn't know this, but I think you brought it up, either Mahler, one of you two brought it up. Like Vinnie Jones was asked and he said no.
As far as I'm aware, he said no. Yeah, it's something to do with how much he did not enjoy wearing the suit when they first did it.
Yeah,
and I guess he's older now, so he's like, I ain't doing that shit again.
Yeah, I mean, he's significantly older as well.
Watchmen, the Gentleman, he's fucking fantastic in it.
He is. He is.
Curious to ask you both, what did you think when Deadpool says, "Can you go and fix Wolverine's universe?" And then Chunky Lady says,
"No.
There's no need to do that because his universe being the way that it is made him the man who he is. So there's nothing to fix."
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That was dumb.
But it came from a really stupid character. So.
Well, yeah, but Wolverine accepts.
I know.
That's the most damage I think that's done to him in the whole film. And I have a couple of issues with how he's characterized, but that shit blew me away. I was like, he's been miserable, destroyed as to the events of his universe. He has the chance. They have the technology, so to speak, to fix everything for him. And what? They're like, yeah, but we wouldn't want to change you from the man you are. It's like, he fucking hates himself. What do you mean? And
the way the rules are, it wouldn't change him from the man he was. It's not going to wipe his memory.
Well, first of all, no, it wouldn't. But secondly, I don't think he'd mind. If you told him you won't be you anymore if you save your universe, he'd be like,
oh, he wouldn't care. Yeah, he wouldn't care.
He would say, I'd be a better man if you make it so that it's, you know?
Yeah.
And that, I think, is a much more interesting conversation than simply saying, no.
And that is just the writers not putting any thought in anything. Right. That's just like, we need to find a way to get out of here and we fuck the repercussions, because the whole message of this movie is redemption of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And I'm not saying they pulled it off, Mahler. I'm just saying the message, and mattering. Deadpool wants to matter as a person, as an individual. But what they did at the end, if you really think about it, is they made none of it matter. So, the universes don't get pruned anymore
because it won't matter going forward for any
and
of
then
the other films.
anchor being argument. It's like, why would you make a mortal an anchor being for a universe? Like
that was a really bad move to add that mechanic because nobody's going to give a shit in future, as they don't give a shit about every mechanic they've ever introduced in the past.
The only thing that is that might be a commentary on Tony Stark dying.
So
and their universe going to shit. He was the anchor being.
Gary, that was the obvious joke. Yes, why didn't they say, "Oh, that explains why everything's gone to shit"? Because
exactly. Apparently, there's another cut out there, guys, that we're going to get probably in digital. That's unrated. It'll be called. There's an unrated version out there.
Some Spurgaloid in chat says that why don't you talk about what you like? This is all in caps instead of crying about everything. Well, there's three guys here.
First of all, I'm the only one that's crying. Okay,
one of us didn't like it. One of us really liked it, and the other one thought it was all right and quite liked it. So, I don't know what fucking dick you've got in your ears, but maybe take your dicks out of your ears. Listen,
yeah, you might be new, but this is like what we
or retarded.
No, you might be new, and I'll never forget my Endgame review because people go, "You really hate it?" I'm all, "No, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. It just had some really bad things in it, and it wasn't like Infinity War is amazing. It's an amazing movie if you go back and watch it. Infinity War is pretty damn. Civil War, amazing movie. Winter Soldier. And
Waller doesn't like that one.
That's okay.
I love Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier's fucking dope.
There are scenes in Winter Soldier I love.
For everyone.
Absolutely dope movie. And dude, that's what. Oh my god, that's what the Winter Soldier's supposed to look like. He looked so his costume was perfect, even with his COVID mask.
Oh yeah,
that's what he was wearing. He looks fucking great in that, and it's like he's just looked worse as time has gone on. It's like no, but yeah, I liked it. But this is what we do. We talk about film. We break stuff down.
Yeah,
we get our nitpicks out. This is
now let's talk about the Snyder Cut.
Because I was just gonna say, I went in expecting to love this film. I thought it was gonna be easy, like because I adore Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. It's the easiest shit to get me to like.
Yeah.
Well, Mola, you're letting the echo chamber down. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dang it. I got like 5 more minutes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get kicked out of my hotel room.
No.
In Van Horn, Texas. I really wanted to talk about this for 3 hours, though. I did. I was so looking forward to this. Damn it. We'll just have to continue it next week.
To be continued.
To be continued. Is there anything? Oh my God. I have more context with the Fantastic Four stuff, and I just need to find out if I'm allowed to say it. And I'll say it on the real BBC. I'll say it on the real. I'll save it for the real BBC.
Gary's felony charges catching up with him.
They are. I'm on the run, dude. I'm not really in Van Horn, Texas. I totally lied. Like I'm on the run. You might not see me again.
Well, I'm gonna make Muller very happy when you go.
What are you gonna?
God.
Because I'm gonna get him to talk about something, and it's gonna be wild.
A Boogie?
No.
Oh.
We did a lot of talking about that, by the way.
What? Tell me before I go. House of the Dragon?
No. The Schneider cut of Button Moon.
Rebel Moon.
There's gonna be a lot to say on that. It's gonna be cringe as fuck. Which, yes, I will.
Tell me really quick. What did you find something out? Is there news?
Well, I want to see if he's seen it and his opinion on the new.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
Isn't it?
It's out Friday.
I thought it was out.
We're gonna watch as much as we can. Probably just like an hour or two of it because it's coming out like right before FNT.
I'll do my best, Gary.
We'll do our best, but considering all the stuff that happened at Comic-Con to talk about, and then there's like this is the second last Comic-Con in San Diego. It's not looking good. Looks like it's going to move. So next year is going to be the last, which will be kind of crazy, which means I'm going to go. But yeah. Okay, real quick. I saw the Penguin panel. We had to sit through 2 panels before the Hall H. So quick story. I'm going to just try to get kicked out. Chris Gore is the master. So we have our press badges. I've never used my press badge for anything other to get in. I've never used it for any press thing ever. Although I totally meant to, San Diego. But I can't say. There's a way to get into Hall H. There's a way to get into Hall H. And what Chris did is like, here, just follow me over here. We're going to get in this line. It'll be fine. And we just walked right in, dude. And I was like sitting next to the stage. I'm like, holy shit, that was fucking easy. What the hell?
I'm just thinking to myself, is that Gary's footage that he sent me, or is Gary sending me someone else's footage?
No, I sent you my footage. Yeah,
that's it from the press area.
Yeah. We were on the far right side in like a pen, and these fuckers, they're like, you get one bathroom break. And after that, when you leave, you get replaced because they only have like 40 spots. So I leave to go my one bathroom break, and then they don't let me in, and I just started going bullshit. I just walked in. I just like, you ain't gonna stop me. I'm following your rules. Yeah, it was so fucking easy. I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And yeah, so the first panel was like strong women in television, and it was the woman who plays the AOC character in The Boys, Queen Muriel from Rings of Power. Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, the writer of Abbott Elementary, and it was the worst fucking panel I've ever been in. I can't believe I didn't get footage, but I was like, it was the ninth circle of hell. I was texting Disbrew going, I want to die right now. This is the worst panel. And it was a bunch of breathy fucking Hollywood actresses. There was one other one there too. Talking like this and the importance of getting more women in television and equal pay. And these are all like fucking really rich people.
Yeah.
Sitting up there. And I'm like, fucking shut the fuck up. And the funniest part was they go, Kamala. And by the way, it's a packed Hall H being ready for Marvel. So they forced this panel and all the Marvel people, you could hear a fucking pin drop. So when they go, Kamala, it was like, at con where people would go woo. So it was terrible. And then I sat through the Penguin panel, which was fine. The trailer looks really boring. It looks really average. I don't know why we need this at all.
Well, are you talking about the Penguin though, or are you talking about the Penguin?
Oh, I guess I should be clear. It was the one from the Batman. Yeah, with Colin Farrell.
But what do you think of the Penguin for a modern audience?
Remember when we got clapped back for calling this woke Batman the animated series?
Batman the woke animated series.
And the reason we said it is because Bruce Timm came out and said it's going to be the woke Batman animated series. To paraphrase,
JJ did the same.
This is a Jar Jar Abrams produced animated series that Warner Brothers rejected and had to shop somewhere else, and Amazon Prime picked it up.
Yeah, Max won't even put it on its own fucking platform.
Yep.
So they have to shop it out for 2 years. It's been done for like 2 fucking years.
And Oswalda
Cobblepot.
Yeah.
Fucking just oh damn it, Gary. Fuck, I wanted to go over.
I saw that and I just went, of course. How could you even be surprised? It's a Jar Jar Abrams production.
What did you think of the Section 31 trailer?
I laughed out loud. That's a badass bitch.
I don't know, because I clicked the trailer to see it, and I got RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, I mean, there's no difference. It would Section 31.
That was Section 31. Okay, gotcha.
It was. So Section 31 was supposed to be a series that they turned into a movie, and the only reason it got produced is because Michelle Yeoh won an Oscar.
Yes.
And it looks fucking awful. It looks like probably the worst Star Trek ever made. And that's saying a lot.
I did say this after watching it to Paramount.
Did you get blocked?
Your fucking company, you absolute mongoloids.
Okay, I think you went a little soft on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, why are you holding back?
Yeah, why are you holding back?
I gotta learn to speak my mind.
I am blocked by Star Trek on that. Yes, I am blocked by that account.
So is Robert Meyer Burnett.
Yes, so is Robert Meyer Burnett, and he was calling it out like on his panels and everything. It was great. Yeah, that trailer. So there's other stuff we have to go to. I walked by the Doctor Who interior, the TARDIS interior, and what? Just take a guess at the coloring scheme.
I'm gonna go with a rainbowy type of spectrum.
No, you're way too conservative on that one. More pastel colors.
Oh, so we're talking pinks and blues, and
pinks and light blues. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think about the spin-offs, the Doctor Who spin-offs?
Oh, let me just give you my opinion on that right now.
Yeah, that's about my opinion too. That's my opinion too. Oh well. Wish I could stay longer, guys. Have fun.
Okie dokie.
We'll allow your leaving.
Dude, that last scene in House of the Dragon Mauler was pretty good.
One last episode and then another huge gap.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. I see the flags that. Do you know you can't put an American flag in the chat?
Really?
Yeah.
What? Really?
What?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
That sounds retarded.
That sounds really dumb. Flag. Oh no, I'm actually just typing flag and not putting emoji section. Flag. Oh my god! So you can have like a gold.
Oh, there
flag.
it is. Okay, there it is. Maybe I wasn't looking at it wrong.
Okay.
So if you put in flag, it doesn't put a national flag, but I saw people putting American flags in chat. So
American.
Oh, and you know what? It shows up in the chat for StreamYard. That's why it says US. It just says US, but it'll show the trans flag. So
if you put flag, it just brings up the pride flag and the trans flag
and the pirate flag.
Golf, yeah, like
yeah. So you can see those in StreamYard's chat, but if somebody puts in the US flag, it shows the letters US.
Yeah, but I don't even know how you I can't even see it when I'm putting US flag or American flag or. You just got to do this.
Yeah, I think you have to go and search it. I don't know, So yeah, there's US, MU, US, USA. There we go. I'll screenshot this for later for you guys. So yeah, you can see all the rainbows and the pride flags and stuff, but on StreamYard's chat, it won't show any of the country flags, any of them. Weird.
That is not excellent. So it's all one word, US flag. Us flag.
Us flag. So is that how you got to search it? Yeah, no wonder why I couldn't find it.
I just typed in a fucking chat.
Well, I was mistaken.
US flag, no emojis found.
Yeah, strange.
Not for me. Flags for thee, but not for me.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Seems on form. Okie dokie.
I'll see you next week, Mahler. I'll see you Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And then chat, I'll see you soon. I'll be back in front of all my action figures. Nice action figures, by the way.
All my trannies, and that's my Lego.
They had some good tranny formers at the con. I got you pictures. I'll send them.
Oh.
But thanks, everyone. I love you guys.
Love you, boo boo.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care, bye-bye. Let's start throwing all the paint around.
The adults are gone.
Going crazy here. So you can have differences of opinions and be fine.
Oh, I wanted to like it so much. I really did.
Hey, if you did, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. That's the way of the road, Bubbles. It's the way of the road.
As they had a Welsh Deadpool. It was the perfect movie for me, but it just didn't
And
work out.
they did. Welsh pool, I take it.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, Nathan Fillion was Zombie Pool.
Oh, cool.
And Brad Pitt was Western Pool or something. Somebody was the West. Yeah, I think was it Brad Pitt that was the Western cowboy pool or whatever they want to call it. And it was Blake Lively's voice on Lady Pool.
Makes sense.
But it was not her body. That was a stunt woman, I imagine. So yeah, she did. Matthew McConaughey. That's it. Matthew McConaughey was the cowboy. That's it. Yes. So yeah. Hey, no skin off our nose, dude. This is what we do. We talk about things and we discuss.
Yeah.
However, actually, Gary gave us a bit of an idea. So you and I, with a load of very brave souls, over the course of the last 2 Saturdays, talked about the whole Boogie business. How are you feeling now that we've concluded the 2-part EFAP?
I'm actually very happy with our coverage because we end on a sour note to the story, being that he's managed to escape a lot of the presumed criticism and repercussions because of the tattoo, which I think if you check out their newest stream, that's the sentiment for their entire audience. It's like, how is it possible you could get away with this?
Oh, okay.
Something you'll note. Do you remember when, I can't remember which stream it was, one of them starts up, almost immediately he wants to talk about the sins of other YouTubers. He's like, did you hear that blah, 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 did blah, blah, blah. And I think even Wings or Tommy C or whatever, they were like, it's really hard to take this seriously from you, man. You like you're the one that's just blah, blah, blah. And in the newest episode, he wants to open it with talking about Critical and everything Critical's done wrong. And once again, the chat are like, are you like, do you not see how blatant this is? Like your desperation to talk about how evil everyone else is, Mr. Faked Cancer for money. How do you even... And of course he's like, yeah, well, I've done my duty, I've done my penance, got my tattoo. Which, by the way, Keemstar already commented on how he couldn't make it out as clearly as usual, and Boogie was like, well, yeah, the beard's already growing in, and it's like, yeah, it's going to be visible for maybe another few days.
Yeah, and then it's going to be hidden. It's going to be hidden. Nobody will know, and then after the 2 years, because you won't shave, after the 2 years, you'll get laser removal on it. If not before, and they'll just, stick some hair there, or if it was a real tattoo. But no, I think it was quite obvious from the tattoo stream. He was just like, oh, okay, I'm. He said, which got me because I got a bit pissed in that EFAP a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, I can finally forgive myself.
Yeah.
Because to him, that's all that mattered was forgiving. He didn't need to forgive himself because he didn't fucking give a shit.
I was going to say, man, I don't even think he thinks he did anything wrong, really, at any point. He's always blamed. Remember that rant he had where he randomly said, you guys are the reason my marriage failed?
Yeah.
It was like, what? Okie dokie, buddy.
Yeah, they're the reason why. Yeah, fucking ridiculous stuff. Because even when he got divorced or announced the divorce from Desi, what do we call it? Desi Mark 1? And
Mark
then we go
1,
to, and there's Desi Mark 2. He's collecting Desi's like fucking Iron Man suits. When he was getting divorced from Desi Mark 1, he still had reasonably good clout within the or a perception of who he was as a person, a pretty high, decent perception of who he was as a person. So
yeah, you saw people willing to reach out to work with him. His reputation wasn't dirt. It is now, obviously.
No, which it is now. I don't know where they go from here because obviously there's nothing that's going to top this little storyline, and now interest is going to start waning in that. Because
absolutely, they're not interesting to watch, unfortunately, when something like this isn't happening, which is arguably the premise of the podcast. But you can't consistently maintain drama for them as a collective if you can't make shit up. You're going to have to make shit up.
Well, I saw. Didn't he get inverted? They tried to push it off as a swatting or something, but some woman had phoned up the pizza place and said, "Can you send a pizza to Boogie's address? By the way, I'm being held captive. By the way, I'm being held captive there."
Something like that, yeah.
So the pizza place called the police, and the police, because they know Boogie, just like knocked on his house and said, is this just like another thing? It's just like, yeah. And hey, Boogie got swatted.
Yeah, that definition's getting stretched a bit, isn't it, these days? Like, SWAT is police officer shows up, goes, "You okay?
You okay?"
Like, yeah.
We heard a couple of things. Mind if you just stick your head right? Sure. Stick your head around the corner.
But
right.
Yeah, apparently this was like Keemstar's last appearance as well. For all that'll actually be sustained. But the thing is, the majority of their show is just talking about random news events. And the thing is, no offense to Boogie or Wings, they're not particularly insightful most of the time, nor do they have enough experience with any particular given topic to offer something. The show itself is supposed to be everyone laughs at them, right? Which worked really well when Boogie was absolutely melting down because he'd been caught. But once that's gone, the viewership is obviously going to drain. Especially, I think it might even drain worse than it was because people are going to get pretty angry that Boogie's gotten away with it.
Yeah, because there is no stepping point from here. You've gone too extreme. So and the extreme turned out to be reality, which is the most disgusting thing. So no matter what they concoct, it won't top. Keem only came back onto the show to do this whole Boogie arc anyway.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and Wings and Boogie, they're not interesting people to fucking listen to. I mean, half the problem with them is because they stream and you get to know you get to see who they are as people, and duh.
I mean, it's crazy the amount of video games they play between them, and they can't have an interesting conversation about a video game. It's kind of remarkable, honestly.
Well, the fact that how long ago was it? 2 years? 2 years ago. I love how the fact that Az doesn't believe that Boogie can go any lower. I don't know. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe
faking his death. That's the next one. People say.
Boogie's been sectioned, but I don't even think anyone give a shit. I mean, if I woke up and it had Boogie 298 as self-deleted, I'd be like, I want to see your fucking body before I believe it from Boogie.
Keemstar suggesting it as a joke, and then as a joke, quote unquote, saying, "I'll fire you if you don't do the faking of your death," and then saying, "I absolutely don't want you to do that," and then Boogie saying, "You know what? It's a good idea because I'll say the reason for it was to see what everyone would say about me, so that I can then, reply to them, knowing that they won't be able to get away with it." So there's a lot that you try and maybe argue it's actually quite a moral thing to do because it exposes the rot of YouTube, the hatred that exists, and never before has someone been able to come back from the dead to be able to speak to the people that said such horrible things about them. I could totally see this being a storyline that they're like, there's a lot of value to this, and then all the videos that come out, Boogie 2988 fakes his own death.
Don't you think it's a bit crazy for all the shit that they've both been through? 18 months ago, 2 years ago, or even a year ago, I can't remember exactly how long ago, both of them came out of the boxing match with a lot of a lot of sort of
favor.
A bit of favor. Curried some favor. People are just fair point, well done. It's a long hell of a fight, but at least you turned up, at least you did it. And even Boogie and Wings were both got a big bump from it. And they both within weeks managed to throw it all away again, because when you are who you are, that's what happens. But I think once people have let the adrenaline of this whole event settle down a bit, and they're just like, wait a minute, this guy is fucking scum. I think there's going to be a huge drop off in.
Yeah, for sure. They're already having fucking the big fight they had recently about NDAs or whatever. I know that Tommy doesn't want to agree to any of them, which I wouldn't blame him for at all.
Sure. Because why? Yeah, why? He's just there to be kind of facilitator, really, isn't he?
It does seem a bit much to have one for a show like that, as opposed because like I think Keemstar said this is industry standard across the board, and it's like, it's not like I had to fucking sign an NDA for this show.
Yeah,
Could you imagine?
Molly was signing an NDA. We don't want you to talk about what we talk about after the show. I mean, imagine it's talk about when you're in these rooms and the show's over and talk about. I mean, we did. We had a good chit chat last week after the show. We had a nice little chit chat. Can't tell you, chat, because I got him signed an NDA. It's a nice bit. Oh wow, what did you talk about? Well, actually, we talked about the movie a little bit more, or we talked about this a little bit more, or that. I think, which is essentially what we do.
Yeah,
but I think I think when you're dealing with I mean, that person that said Az thinks that Boogie can't get any lower. Maybe that guy's actually right, and God knows what other shit, because he got his Desi Mark 1 to sign an NDA after the. Oh no, it was a non-disparagement clause as part of the divorce, wasn't it?
An NDA, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. He's and he said that he was the one that pushed for that.
Yes.
So, and remember that fucking clip where he rings her on his birthday as planned, and she opens up the call saying,
"What do you want?
What do you want?"
Yeah.
And then when he's trying to be like, "Oh, such good memories, such happy times," she keeps bringing it back to, "Remember when you shouted at me for this? Remember when you made this about you? Remember you did this?" And he was like, "Ha, so funny, that's great, yeah, woohoo."
Yeah, remember when I took you to Disneyland? That's not like our first date together or something. She's like, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Yeah, that was some I thoroughly enjoyed doing those. Apologies, I turned up a little bit late. I had my head up my ass with all this house stuff, and we I was lying on my bed, getting ready to go to bed.
With events like that, for people who said they wanted to shop, I'm just like, hey, come, because you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss the funny clips.
Oh, no, I'm glad you. If you hadn't texted me, I would have totally forgotten. So I had, I just in my mouth and then showered up and came on. Still managed to do 5 hours?
Oh yeah, you got
6 hours on Saturday. Yeah, I got a big portion, ladies. But yeah, I mean, things like that, they are fascinating and at the same time very hard, just like they sap your hope in mankind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Deadpool Wolverine.
Man, kicking and screaming to admitting what he did took so long. All that needling and cornering from Metica and everyone else, It's crazy. Just comparing statements constantly. And then after he admits it, he starts lying even more about all these different fucking things. You start comparing back. Remember, lies as small as I drink Mountain Dew to try and hurt myself because I don't even like the taste. And then like the next stream, he says, I like almost all food and drink.
Yeah, I don't even like the taste of food.
Yeah,
and then he just says, I like all food and drink. I self-harm. How do you self-harm? Well, I overeat. That's a form of self-harm.
There's a form of self-harm, motherfucker.
No, I think we're being very specific. There's the self-harm which clearly is being referenced, and then I self-harm. I spent 30 years drinking soda. Ha! But
we got plenty of clips of him saying to his audience, fuck you, I like the taste of food, I should be allowed to eat it, you can't control me.
Just like in the documentary when I deserve to fuck an LA-10.
Oh my god, yeah.
You deserve to fuck an LA-10, Mr. P. Mr. P does not believe he deserves to fuck an LA-10. What about an Arkansas 8? He's on the same level as Boogie. like with the documentary bit, for instance, when he was going through the whores,
Yeah.
and he saw that one lass, and it was just like, she's a little bit bigger than I go for. Obviously, irony aside, which is I think what people mainly bring up, just how passive aggressive is that?
Yeah.
When it comes to women, though, how passive aggressive is that? But it's just like, why is the standard to a degree where you can be a certain way, they can't be a certain way? Because that's what we call in the biz double standard.
Do you remember the part at the end of all the clips in his video about the tattoo where he said Mudahar donated to St. Jude's ... because of me? Like he said, because of me at the end of it. Like, just making sure everyone knows.
Well, he also said that if Mudahar wanted to have his play button, he has to give him his $3,000 that he gave to charity back.
And Medica's like, you have to take the money from starving children.
But when he's on the apology tour, and he starts off on the apology tour of I today donated $1,000 to charity, and that was a big thing. It's like,
well,
no,
what did he say?
You lied about having cancer. Giving $1,000 to St. Jude's does not take that away in any capacity.
Well, I mean, opening by saying, like, I've donated money to a charity after admitting he lied about cancer, the first thought everyone's going to have is, oh, that doesn't change shit, mate. Like, we all know why you're doing that.
No, I agree that it did hurt him to donate, but that's just it. It hurt him. It wasn't as if he was doing a selfless act. It wasn't as if he was doing some sort of penance. It was just like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Because my whole life revolves around money and trying to fleece people for money through sympathy and misdiagnosis and lying. It does actually hurt me to give away this $1,000. Do you believe he had $3,000 in his account? Because I fucking don't.
Well, I think he's lying fully about how much money he actually has. CoffeeZilla went all over it. But when he gave that 1,000, he said, I can't remember who he was talking to, but he said it was everything. It's like, that's everything, man. All gone.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, what was it? The fucking couple days later, he was like, yeah, now I've donated another 3. It's like, so it wasn't everything. And it's like, well, no, now I can't get my medical. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, uh-huh.
I think that was the next stream. I think it was. I think it was like the next stream. He went, I've donated. I'll donate. He said something like, I've only got $3,000 in my bank, and maybe Keem said, well, donate it all. Donate it all to St. Jude's. So it's just
he's
something along those lines.
His play button, and then he was like,
yes,
you'll give it back to me if I donate. I'll do it right now. Yeah. And then Keem played with him, right? He was like, maybe I won't give it back to you. And he was like, do you remember what he says after Keem said that? He was like, I've got medical bills to pay. And then he was like, what's the play button gonna do for you?
What's the play button? Oh, but then he said, I think that was hit upon, and he said something like he was going to be able to sell the play button for a few $1,000s.
He had no fucking clue. The thing is that plenty of people I know, I think even Drinker is partially interested in the idea of buying his play button just to melt it down. A lot of people are. It's very symbolic,
Who had the good idea? I think it could have been you, but somebody had the good idea on the stream that what should happen is the play button needs to be smashed into many pieces, and then you can auction off the pieces.
Oh, that was
to other YouTubers. Or,
all corners of the earth to never be brought back together.
And so you can, put the little piece in a little thing, Boogie, piece of Boogie's 1 million play button from YouTube, and it's a cautionary tale, a tangible cautionary tale in a little Perspex case.
You picture the way you could do this is what I mean. Sometimes I wonder about Keemstar, because like this seems like one of the most obvious high stakes and high viewed sort of events you could do. Think of the play button. You split it. You get some artists to do it. Split it digitally into the 20 pieces. If you want to go further than that, you can make it 30 maybe. And then you'd be like, all right, the bidding opens. Who wants what piece for how much? They all start at, let's say, $1. Maybe you go in tens or hundreds. I don't know what the reasonable amount would be necessarily.
Sure.
But in any case, what would be cool about that is that the most valuable pieces are probably going to be part of the golden actual play button and his name.
Mm-hmm.
The other pieces are less so, but that's the thing, right? That's the way the auction works, is the less so pieces, that's still a piece. So you could still have, and I think it would be a really interesting thing to gather a whole bunch of YouTubers into a call. I'd be there for that. And I would fucking auction. I would absolutely try and go for one of the pieces.
And of course, all the money raised goes charity.
And he could do that over like one per week, and they could auction 5 pieces of the board every time.
The big piece would be the play symbol.
The play symbol would be the number one, probably.
And the Boogie 2988.
I think it's Stephen Williams on that. He wanted his name.
You wanted to? Okay, right, yeah. Okay, so maybe cut Stephen on one and Williams on the other.
Yeah. And it was then it was Clown's idea to have him have a tattoo, and I stand by as well as he does. I think should have been on the forehead. Yeah,
should have been there. But I think when Kim first came up with the idea of the tattoo, I think he said on your fucking forehead.
Yeah, and then he regretted it, and he was like, "No, it's too harsh." And I think he's going to regret that now because you can't even see it. Nobody really cares anymore. Yeah,
because when he was in the tattoo place, he was like, "Where is it? Here, underneath the beard line."
Yeah, and he says in his video that's why he wanted it there, was the beard who covered it up. But it's just like that's just cheated.
Yeah, but it also shows the fake, the faux.
Yeah,
regret, the faux apology, the faux everything. It just shows exactly how fake he truly is. Because I'd say, look, can't have it done there, but maybe there, big fucking liar.
Oh, dude, I would have been happier if it were on his knuckles, the word liar on both sides, so that whenever he types and whenever he goes to grab something, he'll see it. Because there's I was trying to think. There's like 3 dimensions. There's the one dimension of how much we will be able to see it in general. There's the how much he will be able to see it, and then there's how much it affects his daily life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want true penance as close as you can to a tattoo, then what he's done doesn't nail any of those 3. We won't see it soon enough. He never sees it anyway. Nobody in public will see it.
No.
However, on the forehead, we would see it every time he's on stream. He would see it every time he passes by a mirror or sees himself set up his own camera. And then, of course, the public, he ain't going outside without people seeing that shit. That's funny.
But it requires significant regret to be able to do that.
I have a feeling he never would have agreed to the forehead one. The thing is, he initially does. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh, they should have pushed him into agreeing on that. Even if he never did it ultimately, it would have been just another opportunity to be like, you're not actually sorry.
Boogie, even didn't he say back of the hand? So every time
that was one of his suggestions.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm thinking about it. I'm starting to think that they actually went with the worst position. Like, I'm not even sure that. I guess the worst position would have been in a place you can never see anyway, like because it's clothed. But the worst position on his face potentially.
I think forehead would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I think
that would have been. It depends on who you are, right? To him, it was the best position, getting it where it was.
Yeah.
But obviously, and this is the thing. The reality of it all is we're kind of like doing some clowny shit when the true point here is that he needs to change his nature. He's never gonna.
A leopard can't change his spots and all that. I know it's a bit of a cliche, that sort of shit, but he has not shown in the time that he's been caught out multiple. He's never shown any capacity for change. One of the perfect examples was on the stream where he says, I am never going to suicide bait ever again in my life. And then suicide baited multiple times.
More than ever.
Just went insane bait.
I hate being alive. I hate being alive. I hate being alive.
Yeah, help me, kid. I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. Help me. It's just like, what? Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up, Utah.
Because he had nothing to work with, right? He's kind of lost it all. He needs anything and everything he can possibly get. And he was like, oh shit, the tattoo will be perfect. I mean, if I were Keem, I'd have been suspicious of just how fast he jumped into doing the tattoo shit.
Because he thought it was redemption there and then. Done. I've got my tattoo. I'm all right, Jack. Done.
Exactly.
I did my redemption. In his eyes, as he said, he forgave himself. So for him, that was it. I don't have to feel guilty anymore because I got my hairline tat. But I'll tell you what, Morley, if you were to do a stream, if you were to do an EFAP, and you said on the EFAP, do you know what, folks, I'm in a really bad spot, and I don't know if I might do something because I just can't see a way out. Everyone be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know, Morley, are you okay? What's going on? What's going? You know, because that would be a big thing when somebody says it. If you said it every fucking stream, if you say it with such regularity, it gets to the point where just like, oh, not again. Which is where he is. So every time he baits suicide, you're just like, you're not going to do it.
Well, you're not going to do it. Keemstar said back when he was first doing his, I can't remember what year it was, but Keemstar said that he started talking about killing himself in like whatever VidCon they were at, and he did it just to get one-on-one calls with every YouTuber he knew to listen to them talk about how great he is and how he shouldn't do it. That yes, I was saying it had nothing to do with actually convincing him not to. He just wanted the adoration and the sort of.
He wanted the validation, yeah, which is his currency. All this Mr. Beast business has been going with Chris Tyson and stuff.
Yeah,
one of the clips which is going on about Mr. Beast was he was being interviewed by some people, and they said to him, "Is attention the best currency?" And he says, "Of course it is." And that is when you're living in a digital age on social media, then attention becomes the currency.
We've seen that with celebrities. Yeah. They've got lots of money, but sometimes that isn't enough. They want influence, they want attention and adoration. And so then they move into platforms like YouTube that kind of have that built in, right? Like the view counts are like the currency, obviously, of everything. And so you get celebrity accounts everywhere that are very fake and designed to bashing Boogie and shit. But plenty of old school celebrities are annoyed at the new school because it's like, hey, we used to be the ones that everyone looked at, and now they're trying to find, there's like that cringe attempt at trying to join the plebs, so to speak, like Brie Larson with her YouTube channel. It was entirely like fake. It's like,
I'm a little person like you. Look at me. I'm one of the lowlies. Oh, okay. Notice when but Brie did a channel, started to fall off a cliff, then she went away because she's actually a film star and she does that shit.
Yeah.
And then she came back, dude. She came back and she's like, right, we're picking this back up. We're going to do this. Fucking gone. Just gone. Just never again. It's just like, okay.
She never gave a shit. Everyone knew that.
Yeah. I think I said at the time when it started, I am sure that this is a move by her marketing team, her PR firm. They're just like, we need to elevate your status because, after Ms. Marvel, some people are not too keen. So I thought they were trying, let's make you relatable. So this is the fake ways which we're going to make you relatable. It's like, you really are. You really do despise people, don't you? All the fake ways to try and come across as sincere, the Hollywood way. And we had that when she had the interview with that woman. And I had no idea in the first 8 minutes what the fuck they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They were just literally saying nonsense sentences of, we need to have discussions about, how we find our place. Yeah. And when, our role as and it's just like, what are you even fucking saying? It's just like a spaghetti nonsenses of sentences, which they're all like, yeah. And then, will she ever back? No.
I mean, she needed to mend her so to speak, profile a bit because she was seen as kind of a asshole / crazy person in some of the interviews, right? So it made sense that Disney would say, "Don't worry, you got your big role with us. Just need you to do a couple things."
And she came across as even more insane.
Well, I mean, I think it was your channel. Did you do a video about the potential of doing a channel like that when she started it? And then what you expected it to become? Because I remember liking a video of yours about celebrities doing YouTube channels. I can't remember if it was hers or not, though.
Was it Brie? It might have been Brie. Brie Larson has a massive Brie Larson problem. Brie Larson wants to shout at you in VR. I did do in 2020 what happened to Brie Larson's YouTube channel. And then, or it could have been in 2020, Brie Larson is everything wrong with current YouTube.
That could be it, yeah.
Those last three, by the way, chat, just want to say they were whiteboard thumbnails.
Oh, the old era.
I don't know. I'm contemplating bringing it back in some fashion. Let's see how with AI now generating everyone's thumbnails, I'm sort of more inclined to be like, is it time to actually crack this back open and fight against the system, the oppressive thumbnail AI system, like bringing the whiteboard back? I don't know. So okay, because this is going to be probably a slightly shorter show today, chat. Because of Gary, this wasn't even meant to be on my channel today. But Gary had to...
double Gary after this.
Yeah.
My God.
So let's start with some super chats.
Super duperies.
Thank you. See, I'm a professional YouTuber, you fucks.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Rue. Boo, I can actually bring you up here, Carlos. Nice. With a $5 says, hey guys, I'm going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine today and come back later to watch this and last week's streams. Is 5, remember, for food, not pleasure. What if food is pleasure?
Yeah.
Well, if you did come, you did come back. You're here with a guy that really liked it and a guy that didn't like it. So we kind of we went through quite a bit about that.
All things are balanced, just like Thanos wanted.
As all things should be.
Mm-hmm.
As all things should be. But I mean, this is the nature of fandom. I liked your arguments. I thought I could understand your arguments very easily. Hunter Dvorak with a $10 says, it amazes me that Days of Future Past managed to do time travel way better than both Endgame and Deadpool and Wolverine combined, and had more logic and more goddamn sense and wasn't contrived. It's a fun film.
That would probably be my equivalent of how you felt about Deadpool and Wolverine. I think there are things to pick apart in Days of Future Past for how much it makes sense, but my God, do I love watching that film. This huge collection of all the characters I've come to love of the Fox universe, and then introducing obviously the connection between the old and new. Obviously, loads of the action scenes are really awesome, and then I really love I was about to think about spoilers. I was like, I've spit out for fucking ages. They arrive and they've got that system set up to avoid the Sentinels, and then they're sacrificing Kitty to do the time traveling plan so she can no longer warn them or do the shit that she normally does, so they have to fight them.
Yes. And
how fucking threatening the Sentinels are. Like I
wish the Sentinels looked more like Sentinels, though.
That's totally fair. Yeah. The obviously I'm just talking about how you get to watch what are the X-Men films that they try to avoid being too gratuitously violent, and a lot of plot armor can exist because obviously you're not going to be killing Wolverine or Storm or blah blah blah, but in that sequence they do. Yeah. And it's pretty brutal. And the fact that like even Magneto, as powerful as he is like, we're fucked. Like we're not beating these guys.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of Sentinels, man. Joshua with a $2 says, Deadpool and Wolverine EFAP when? Make it for a great would make for a great Unbridled too.
trying to get Rags to see it. He still hasn't watched it yet. Me and Frankie have, so as soon as he has, we'll probably record something. It might be a stream, might not be. Might be an offline recording. We recorded Hot D 3 and 4. We're doing 5 and 6 on Wednesday, and we got to do Deadpool and Wolverine, and I got to get the supercut of all the acolytes out. So Moola's going to be stacked with videos, and we're running out of time. The anniversary is right around the corner, so we're trying to stuff everything in, and we got to do a whole bunch of catch up. So the idea of like when will that happen? It'll happen. The Deadpool and Wolverine EFAP, because me and Frankie are very much not happy with this film. We want to talk about a lot of it, so I just don't know when, and I don't know if it'll be a stream or not.
When is 300? How many weeks away is 300?
So that'll be happening on the 24th. So it's almost exactly a month. Obviously, you're invited, my good lad.
Yes, sir.
For as long as you can feasibly.
Yeah,
achieve.
I would try and do some.
The prep for those is a nightmare, and I haven't even started yet. Like gathering every possible, because I try and make it varied. You bring people in at different times, and by the way, staying up for 26 hours straight, which is usually how it goes, not the funnest thing, constantly streaming. And I do worry the older I get, the less I will be able to sort of explain why I don't particularly want to keep doing 26-hour streams, you know?
Yes.
I don't know how to get around that with the audience, because I know they love them. They're very special, right? I get that. I just one thing we were thinking is maybe we record the middle section beforehand, so we do a big long stream, release the middle section while we go sleep, and then come back and do the end section.
Yeah,
I mean, that way we would be full energy for the whole thing too.
I think it's not bad. It's not a bad logic. Or you maybe.
It's just
can you do a 300 part 1 and a 300 part 2? Are you allowed to do that?
In theory, I mean, the thing is, people love a 24-hour stream. You know, it's a fun event. But my God, I assume you may have done one of these in your lifetime. But like by the end of it, you are dead. 2 of them, yeah.
I did 2 back in both of them in 2014. I think never again.
What's the context?
I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh, I meant like, was it just you playing some games and you just went for really well?
No, I played video game. I played video game for 24 hours straight.
Shit,
yeah.
What was the game?
I think it would have been WoW. Would have been World of Warcraft.
Was there a special event release or something? Was it? Or?
Well, people were asking, would I ever do a 24-hour? Would I do a 24-hour? So I decided, okay, let's do a 24-hour. And the first one went really, really well. And so a few months later, it's like, let's do another 24-hour. And that one went down like a sack of shit.
Well.
So I was just like, and after that one, I was so fucking, I was like, no, I'm never. And then I think there was like a year later or 2 years later, and you're sort of thinking, should I do another? Should I do another? And then some YouTuber did a 24-hour stream and died.
The first one I tried, I think I died at 19 hours. It was actually pretty pathetic.
Well, they died. IRL died.
Oh.
They did the stream, went out back for a cigarette or something after they finished, and dropped dead.
I thought you meant
sleep. No, yeah, that would have been fine. No, they died. Did proper. Did.
Somebody did a 24-hour Outlaws stream. They talk about the new Star Wars game. You got to check that out, by the way.
Fuck off.
I mean, I don't know how you decide, but you know, like Suicide Squad or King Kong or Gollum. What makes you interested or not?
Right. Well, first of all, with Gollum, you text me.
I did.
And you said you have got to play Lord of the Rings Gollum.
So funny, though.
Well, that's just it. It was so unbelievably bad that you're like, okay. Same with Kong. It's like, this is so unbelievably bad. The thing with stuff like Outlaws or just Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, these are massive budget video games that are just made by the wrong fucking people.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make it fun. I mean, I couldn't even watch. I watched a little bit of your Suicide Squad Kills Justice League, but just watching it infuriated me. Absolutely infuriated.
I could totally imagine you being furious with that game, though. I would stab by. It would have been entertaining as fuck. Like, and I'm sure the fans would have loved it as well because you know so much more about it than I do. So watching it all be so shit with you, like, you know, tearing it apart probably would have been pretty cool. But I understand. I do.
Yeah, this, like, I don't mind giving a bit of coin over to the people from Gollum because they're going out of business.
They're literally done.
Yeah, you're going out of business. Here, have 20 fucking 30 quid, whatever. But it irks me to give money that fund Sweet Baby Stink and Western gaming companies that are just so fucking egregiously
There are some ways around it.
I know. You know, I could play with my friend Captain Jack Sparrow and stuff. But I don't know. After Starfield, yeah, I think Starfield. after that whole business, it's just like fuck. Hey, how many people speak about that game now?
It's a huge game. Everyone talks about it all the time. It's one of the most famous. Everyone recommends it all the time. It's great. Everyone loves it. It's a great game. You're talking about Star Wars, right? Just in general. Oh wait. That's kind of got the same trajectory too.
Kind of is actually, yeah. but that Outlaws trailer, it looks
also
diabolical.
That would have been something we could have done. Maybe next week if you're interested. But checking out that 10-minute slice of gameplay they released. Looked awful.
Dreadful.
Like some people are saying, man, this is like 2000s shit. And it's like, yeah, bad 2000s.
Yeah, this looked like bad PS2 shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not even good PS2 shit, bad PS2 shit.
Because I don't know what it is about games like that, but I find it tempting to play them sometimes just to talk about how these mechanics should be done and how fucking piss awful this is. And then of course, like the story looks like it's gonna be wank.
Well, when's it? It's out this week.
Oh, that's a good question. I know that the Bounty Hunter remaster from Aspire is coming out on the 1st, so that's 2 days.
Oh,
that should be okay.
From Aspire though,
it should be okay because Bounty Hunter is single player. As long as if all they've done is bump up the graphics, we should be fine. You know what I mean? Like if there's nothing else they needed to touch. Bounty Hunter was a really fucking cool game, so hopefully they haven't, done anything. I'll report back to you on that one. Star Wars Outlaws release date. Let's have a look, see, shall we? At the end of August, we're getting that.
Maybe I give the chat what they want.
Well, I could do a poll. I mean, a lot of them would tell you to stay the fuck away from it because they don't want to have sin fucking splashed into their eyes. But we'll see. I don't know how they feel about it.
Start a poll. Yeah,
and I'm certainly not being exaggerative here. It could be a very boring game to play, like horribly boring. So you have to take that into consideration. I'll obviously give it a shot if it's entertaining to, like fuck with. Or you know what, as off the fucking 0.01% chance it's a great game, you could have that result too.
Yeah, I mean, like getting a text from you saying you need to play Lord of the Rings Gollum. I knew that I needed to play that game. When you get the text, you know what I mean? When you get the text, then you know you got to get on with it. And that provided, for how shit it was and abysmal and all that, we cannot deny that our audiences got so much fucking laughs.
Dude, the EFAP on that was hilarious.
Yeah.
We just collected all the funniest clips. And that whole sequence with the cart, me, you, Metal, everybody doing it.
And I got through the tunnel, so it just killed me.
Me and you were doing the same fucking shit. We didn't know what was going on. It was like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Are we trying to escape? No, you got to do the thing with the thing with the thing to do the thing.
The best thing to me was how you and I both consistently found ways to avoid all of the arrows. We're like, we did it, and then it'd be like, you're dead anyway.
Like, yeah. Wait, what? What are you doing? So that was comedically fun. That was, comedically bad, but
to the point where I would be like, on the concept of should they make a sequel? It's like, Oh.
If they did, can you at least knock 5 hours off of it though?
The requirement
it was getting long. It was feeling so long.
It would be impossible what I would want, right? I would want them to make the sequel, but to have had no idea how the world reacted to the first Gollum other than liking it. Like, they think people love the first one. I want them to make the second one like, we're going to do it all again, but they have half the time and half the budget that they had last time. And it's like, go. The
impossibility, of course, being that the company still exists.
That's the thing. There's no way that would happen, but still, could you imagine? That would be funny as hell.
Gollum 2, Electric Boogaloo. B Buster with a membership for 20 says, Gary, have you told the FNT crew will be 2 hours early so that Disbrew won't be... Let's move on from B Buster. Proper British representative. The Pally Dan with a $10 says, as my dad got me a gym membership he's covering, so I've been able to hit the pool or treadmill even on bad weather. 3 weeks in, down 5.5 pounds, just 55 to go. Schlerpo tweeted Boogie's Twipples. Oh,
dude,
excellent.
There's a moment where he says, because they play that clip in front of him, and he says like, "Well, I was trying to say tits and nipples, and it came out nipples," and he says it in such a way that's like trying to explain how fucking retarded he came across us. It's like, don't even bother, mate.
Everybody got what you're trying to do. We're laughing at what came out.
Tipples.
Tipples. Just the way it just holds the tipples. Tipples! And then fucking starts going up, man.
Said Tiss twitted my tipple.
Twitted my tipple! It's like, what? Cool Haku with a membership for 8 says, just had all the real BBC plushies arrive today.
Hey.
Nice and fitting. It arrives 8 months in. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And yes, all of mine arrived. All of my Peeping Toms, and then the rest of the crew arrived 2 days ago.
Mine are not here yet.
Yesterday arrived. Yes. Oh, I got us all of mine.
I look forward to grabbing them.
Hey! Piston with an €11 says, I just watched EFAP 295 and I'm disgusted of the lies I heard. The husband of my mother's best friend fought cancer, I think this is, for 3 years, just barely making it for the birth of his only grandson. F cancer, F Boogie.
Yeah.
The thing is, you'll get empathy from us because that's a horrible story. Boogie don't care.
A couple of moments in the stream we do go over like just how I think something that sort of triggered us into talking about it was his words about Tall Biscuit using him to try and like justify or explain his actions, which was just disgusting. And we were talking about how it's just in a microcosm, it's how it works. Cancer is such a monstrous disease that does horrible damage to people that whenever, like, that's why people don't tend to lie about it. Tend to. We don't expect people to, because it's a very personal matter that makes people very emotional, obviously. But Boogie did it anyway.
No, I get it. I get it. Sorry, I just get my manservant. To fill up my water.
Of course.
JJ Gosling. Well, if Gary's here, I would have just pissed off and done it. But just gonna need Mauler drawing. Just leave Mauler drawing.
Keep him busy. I'll talk to him about anything. He'll be all right.
JJ Gosling has been a member for 20. Says, hello, my plushies arrived today. Just need 2 Scotch Guard X-ray girls. Oh, just in case. Oh. Oh. That's what she would say. SJ Almighty with a membership for 50 months. Thank you, SJ. Says, got my plushies today. Awesome to hear. Yeah, they are dropping.
Yes,
yeah,
they
boy.
Are.
B Chain 315 with the $5 says, hello, fellow crimers, schlurpos, and tipples. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
Oh man, I sometimes dream that hard R's still there, you know.
Do you know, I was going to say I wasn't drawing, but I couldn't describe what I was doing without you making a joke. Do you want to know what I'm doing?
Sure.
I'm rubbing out.
Well, now we know why you don't put the camera on. So, oh, the camera's been off. Oh, the camera's been off the whole time. SJ Almighty with a £1 fiddy diamond geezer super sticker. Thank you, SJ Almighty. And then I'm going to drop this one here because SJ Almighty also did another £1 for the ice cream. I'm going to reckon that's for Gary. And then SJ Almighty does a third. Thank you very much indeed. Does a third £1 fiddy super sticker of a hot dog. Oh, it's not on. Oh, the Go XLR's off. Oh, the Go XLR's been off the whole time. Okay, we're going to go for it again, chat. 3, 2, 1. Hot dog. Hot dog. There you got to.
Beautiful.
It was on, but it was off. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Who's News with a $5 says, Az moved his camera again and Ryan will freak out. Joke's on Ryan, I'm not on FNT anymore. Ooh. But yes, Ryan does fear change. But this is a completely different room. We will be returning back to the office in a few days. But this is the front room, Morley. I'm just waiting for the new couch, the new sofa to arrive, which is arriving tomorrow morning between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Ah!
Not ready.
And we're not. No, well, we can. I mean, I know. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, Mr. P. It's going to be fine if you want to see your son again. Def81 with a £2 says, remember, every sperm is sacred. Yeah. That's what I tell your mum. Yeah, boy. Dark Dino with a $5 says, Tipples!
Tipples.
The Red Dawn Batman with a 5 Canadian says, from the success of Deadpool 3, what are our chances of getting a Wolverine versus Hulk movie? I'm going to say next to 0.
I was gonna say nil, and then I was like, try and leave some positivity in there. Maybe 1%.
Yeah, pretty much none, not at all. MJ UK 84 with the 2 Canadian says, does Sagari know about your bedroom AC? As I don't think I told him. He would be so proud. He'd be so proud. Enoch Moan with a $10 says, watch out, guys. Deadpool and Wolverine has caused the walls of our multiverse to collapse. Expect multiple alt accounts, multiverse beings to appear in your chats. Oh, my God.
Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas. How dare you guys have opinions on things? Noons with a 184.99 AEDs says, hell, boys. A little something for starting early or on time. So it's on my channel, so we started on time. Same. I don't think RDJ as Dr. Doom will work. We shall see. Well, it's just showing that there is just all the multiverse shit up the wazoo. So
yep.
Yeah. By the way, Mola, my reaction to that was Gary texted me it, and my reaction was, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze.
Do it. That.
No.
Why are you judging me? My response was, wait, what? That was my response to RDJ's announcement. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat's gesundheiten me. DSP DSP Day Cobra with a $20 says, guys, I know you want me to make more videos. I can't make more videos until I get more chats. Let's check in the back end. Still not enough super chats. I got bills to pay. My wife Ryan to support. Trump 2024.
Wife Ryan.
Jeremy does go unashamedly full DSP at times. Greatest with a 5 Canadian says, as if you can only invest time in one of the shows, invest it in Arcane over House of the Dragon. Trust your boy.
Well, I mean, you're not going to want to do House of the Dragon until what, 4 years from now? That will be when you decide whether.
I don't know. I'll see how the finale drops. And then I might do 2 seasons back to back.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I would very much want you to see Arcane, especially Arcane's ending this year. It's only 2 seasons, so.
Oh, okay.
Could be fun for you to, be a part of it, talk about it, that sort of thing. However, I don't need to be watching it without me. All right, I want to watch that with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I'd like to anyway. You know what? I'll allow you to go on your own. I'm just saying.
Well, no, hey, Molly, I gotta say, one of my favorite movie pleasures I've ever had, was watching The Prestige with you.
Oh, I enjoyed it thoroughly myself.
Because I'd never seen The Prestige, chat. I'd never seen The Prestige, and it's Morley's favorite movie of all time. So Morley was really wanted me to watch Prestige, and I wasn't against it. I just had never. I'd kind of had certain things spoil, and I said to Morley, yeah, but I've had certain things spoiled because this and this. Morley was like, well, something. So I said, okay, let's watch it together. So Morley and I watched it together, and of course, when you've got somebody who you're watching with, and your favorite films on, and you want to see how they react. And I thought The Prestige was fucking phenomenal. So what we do is we'd pause. We go pause, and Morley would pause, and then I'd say, okay, so I think this, and Morley would just go, okay.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, he obviously wouldn't. But I would. But it was just I would tell Morley what my thought process was based on what I'd seen. So he obviously knew what was going to happen or transpire, and he was just. So it was just to give Morley an idea of what I was thinking, how I was thinking in terms of how the film was developing and what sort of stuff. And I kind of was sort of on the right track on a couple of things.
Oh yeah. They do give you some clues and some foreshadowing in that movie.
Sure. But if you haven't seen Prestige, go. Oh man, it was amazing. I think it's possibly my favorite Nolan film.
Well, obviously it would be mine. It's funny. People be like, "Why haven't you made a video on it?" It's like, that's a bit of a daunting undertaking for me to make a video on that. I would have to be very, me. I'd want to go.
You'd want to go full, yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
I would watch the film. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't at least 8 hours.
Unironically, could be. I don't know how long.
I know. I mean, I'm not joking. I'm not taking a piss. And I would watch all of it in one sitting. I'd sit on my new couch when it arrives, recline back, get the headrest tilt. That's what I like to do. Team Mum Chat. Headrest tilt, perfect, and then just 8 hours in it. 8 hours of Morley talking about The Prestige. Oh. Dave Filoni's cat. Oh no, as the dog bought it. With a $5 says, I love my life. Life's great. Oh no, maybe my life's good because the dog's getting ill. How are you guys doing on this lovely day? Oh, it's a happy cat.
Oh dear.
I'm doing great. Thank you, Dave Filoni's cat. You might want to check on the dog, though. Oh. You might want to check on the dog. Edgar Friendly with a 35 months says, hail, got my real BBC plushies today. Awesome. Bubba Doom with a $20 says, last night my household watched 1982 Swamp Thing. Great tits. What's she called? Andrea Beauchamp or whatever. Wonderful knockers in Swamp Thing. Unforgettable knockers.
That was sadly missing from Deadpool 3, by the way. You got titties in the first and second one. None in the third.
Was there titties in the first one? Oh, in the was there
they go to they essentially go to a titty bar in the first one, and the second one, I think it's the same thing.
And there wasn't even a hint of nudity. Unless it was Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Last night, my household watched 1982 Swamp Thing. It was camp, silly, and schlocktastic. It was also a tight 90 minutes. I dare say it's better than any comic book movie that's come out in 10 years. What are your thoughts? I've already given them great tits.
I haven't seen 1982's Swamp Thing.
I highly recommend it for a couple of reasons. Fear the Boogie Beard 199. Wow, what are these?
The combination.
These Geek and Gamer fucking ribbing accounts with a $5 says it's not my fault. I skipped leg day. My mother feed me poop cookies. And twitted my fucking tip.
I do like how it is that every time. It's like, Boogie, why did you personally fucking stab this person? He's like, it wasn't me. It was my mental trauma. It was
my mental trauma. I was abused as a kid.
Why is like he's fucking halfway to being
cancer.
Like a really shit fat joker, just being like, it's society's fault, really. It's not me.
Can we call Boogie shit fat joker from here on in, please? I really like that name, shit fat joker. So shit fat joker today said, aha, Quadrina VR with a $2 says, should we call him Captain of Color instead? Captain Color? I do like Captain African American though. I think that is perfect.
Can't believe we're getting a fucking new Falcon. It just highlights how stupid this whole decision was.
Yes.
Just let him be Falcon.
I know. But you can't because got to take that white man's legitimacy, okay? Corey Blumberg with a $10 says, not having Deadpool and Wolverine fight Darth Vader was an epic lost opportunity. An epic fourth wall breaking. Movie was meh at best, in my opinion. Anyways, RDJ's as Doctor Doom is SS tier cringe.
Oh no, SS tier.
I know.
You don't want that.
I know. Nobody wants the SS. Eugenio Olivencia with a $10 says, hail BBC. Nice setup. A nice new setup has. Gary, did you see the comic industry once again taking advantage of the success of the MCU by race and gender swapping Deadpool? We talked about it. And the artist just looks like you'd imagine. We had a little chat about it, Eugenio. Martina! The Suave Swiss. With a 20 Swisses loving the new layer, Dr. Evil. It's my front room. This is actually this layer, which you'll only see for possibly this stream, is my front room, minus the couch, which is arriving tomorrow, the new couch. But this is my front room setup, chat. It's where I have my module cases. It's where I got my Legos. It's where I got my transies. Where I got my Batman statues. My Final Fantasies, my Resident Evil. I got 2 Resident Evil cabinets.
My God.
And hold on, Marty, I'm gonna have to do shit. And then I got more Lego down there. And then I got my Exo 6's Star Treks over there.
What's your prized possession out of all of these?
Oh, what is my prized possession out of all of mine?
And if it's not even something you want to mention because it's that special, just whatever in the room is the top one.
Oh, in this room only.
Well, I mean, if you want to answer both.
Well, upstairs I do have a 1 in 3 scale Azrael Batman statue, which is that's my boy, it's my baby. I do like that. But if my house is on fire and I have to run out of I mean, it's so true because I've got a Graham Nolan sent me page 11 of Detective Comics 701 that he drew. You know, the actual page that he hands into DC to do the scan. You know, Kelly Jones drew me a Batman. You know, my own bespoke. You know, it's like there are some doozies, little doozies. I'm very lucky to have the things that I have. How's about that?
Oh yeah,
my cat is the answer. If my house is burning and I can only take one thing with me, I'm taking Belle. Belle's coming out.
Picture you trying to carry all of the things and drop one, pick up another one, drop one, pick up a different one, drop one, pick up it. You're just like, I'm coming.
You are currently on fire. Whatever.
It's worth it.
Yeah. JRL1436 with a $5 says, saw Deadpool and Wolverine. Thought it was fun, but terrible. I felt nothing but apathy for the RDJ announcement. Hope you're all having fun with the MCU. I think we're in for a crazy fucking ride.
It's, like I said, we've not been a great selection of reactions to the news of RDJ when you know they're hoping that everyone just gets over the moon about it. One of the things we didn't mention that I think is, I just think it undermines the introduction of a great Doctor Doom by having this first.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I've seen people speculate like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if the real Doctor Doom kills this one or something? It's like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah. What does that mean? The real because and then are we going to get the Victor Von Doom was born Tony Stark? You know, I don't know. You know,
that's the thing, man. If it's some alternate story where Tony tries to do a suit of armor around the world and becomes kind of like, I don't know, sad about losing a bunch of people and goes crazy and starts doing all kinds of crazy shit. And then he changes his name to Doctor Doom for no reason. Like, I don't know what the fuck, like, what it was.
Some people, no, you know what you're going to get? Some people have renamed Tony Stark to Doctor Doom.
Oh, like he's the evil scientist, engineer man. He's practically a Doctor of Doom.
You want, yeah, or it'd be Tony Stark, MD or whatever, and they'll be like, he's not Dr. Stark, he's more like Doctor Doom.
Fucking J. Jonah Jameson coins it, and that's their excuse for calling him Doctor Doom.
Oh shit! I think we just fucking might have got.
It's sad because that's already probably better than what they'll do. You know what I mean? Like they usually end up doing something so fucking disappointing.
Hold on. You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah. Also, you gave me the sneezes.
Oh, sorry.
I forgive you.
Yeah, I'm fine. Coming through fine. So let's just ban that person. And
dude, imagine if some character says to him, "A lot of what you're doing is very Doom-like," and then he goes, "Wow, that's a good word."
Maybe I'm a Doctor of the Doom. Oh, it was the stream.
Everyone in the audience was like, "Oh!"
I'm gonna unban the people because apparently it was actually the stream that it was YouTube, and if you just refresh the stream, I was fine again. Fucking YouTube. Inopmamon with a $10 is Fear, the Boogie Beardo, Dave Filoni's cat, DSP Day Cobra. Clearly, the multiverse is taking over the stream, or someone stayed up to 2 a.m. last night. It's Inopmamon. Last night making those. No one's that crazy, so it must be the multiverse. Must be, huh? No, I don't think they're going to call him Dr. Disrespect. You're some sort of disrespectful doctor. One might say Dr. Doom. Wait, what? Wait, that's kind of like Marvel logic. David Han with a $50 says, Mauler, I greatly respect you and Ryan, but Star Grift yesterday was painful, lol. EFAT rules and hail the longmen.
Well, thank you for portions of that. I appreciate it.
What did you discuss yesterday?
It was kind of a little bit confusing format wise. I think myself and Ryan thought that Theory was going to have like a sort of laid out set of subjects he might wanted to cover, like the Acolyte. Kind of did like a broad couple of questions about the show, then it almost sort of just like ended. But then the conversation came back with Deadpool and Wolverine, and then there was like the suggestion of going back to Acolyte or not, or super chats, which, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the shows I'm a part of, I would say the EFAB, Real BBC, Open Bar, and FNT when I guess, and they're very segmented shows.
Yes.
There's very deliberate sort of starts and ends to a lot of things. The show itself we did which to be fair, you know, me, Ryan, and Theory just sort of clashing together for a bit of a reunion talking about Acolyte, so it was a bit off the cuff. But yeah, I think people felt there was a bit of a lack of structure, which can work when you just three people just having a chat and stuff. But hey, you know, it's the best we could sort of pull off in the time we have before separating once again into the wild world.
You said pull off.
I mean, I had mentioned like it was actually hard for me to get the time cut out to do it. I've got so many things. I've taken on even more things Az knows about that I'm up to, the crazy things, fun things. But yeah, adding anything extra on right now is such a nightmare, as you know. But hey,
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maddening 419 with a $20 says, love the new setup, Az. Congrats on the three of you on your ongoing endeavors. It's kind of like the anti-WWE firing. Good luck in your future endeavors. No, congrats on the three of you on your ongoing endeavors. Thank you, Maddening. Who knows where ongoing endeavors may lead?
Yes.
Who knows? White Knight Leo with a $2 says, I was waiting for Morley's review. Not going. Okay.
To be fair, I think I am in the staggering minority of my enjoyment with the film. I know people who agree broadly with all the criticisms I have, who still thoroughly enjoyed it. I know people who felt those criticisms themselves were valid and still enjoyed it. Seems to me loads of people are loving this film. I wouldn't hesitate to blame anybody for getting on the hype train and enjoying it while it lasts. You know, especially with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, it's very enjoyable to feel, you know, a sense of enjoyment about a fandom when it comes to Marvel, because you can rarely get it these days with how awful they run everything. At the same time, of course, this is, for lack of a better term, my job. I'm supposed to tell you all this stuff, even if it's not exactly that fun. And yeah, I didn't like it personally, but you know, I hesitate to believe anybody out there lines up with me 1-to-1. I think that would be unusual. So I'd be like, you very likely might be robbing yourself of some fun. I don't know. Can't say. I'm just telling you what I thought of it.
No, like I said, I could totally hear what you were trying to say. Well, not what you're trying to say, what you did say. I could totally hear what you did say. You know, like you said, though, it's just one of those things that didn't stop my enjoyment. You know, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't. So, yeah. There's that. James Black with a $10 says, when they reboot, who do you think they should cast? I think 10 years of fucking silence.
I am inclined to agree. I don't think we need to rush any of this stuff. But
no.
If they did recast, like who should play Stark and Rogers, I would just, they'll fucking have the worst choices you could imagine, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. P and Az have done a lovely job with the new setup with Slush Studio. Thank you. This was actually already done, but we did do it.
But nice to see in this.
Oh,
in this way, isn't it?
well, I mean, you don't see my front room often.
Mm.
You know, normally you just see the back of that wall. But yeah, so you're actually getting a little bit of a view today, ladies. Mad Max 71 with a $5 says, being comic book guys, how is Tony Stark now Doctor Doom? Oh, it's got nothing to do with the comics, mate.
Well, other than multiverse,
Multiverse,
which means they can do literally anything they want.
yeah, which is one of the reasons why multiverse is there's nothing matters. Nothing matters. Tony Stark mattered. Now he's Doctor Doom. Doesn't fucking matter now.
I mean, arguably the same problem happened with Loki, right? When they said the Infinity Stones are in a fucking drawer.
Oh.
That shit, it just undermines everything.
Yeah, that angered me, though. Because Loki was a pallet.
Angered everybody.
Rich Uncle Cheapskate with a $20 says, Mola, when are we getting an EFAP Movies Nicolas Cage arc? I suggest starting with The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off. Ooh.
Well, we're currently running the War arc, of which there should be a new entry tomorrow, if I'm not retarded. And then after that, it's still expected to be doing the Comedy arc. Though I need to get on recording more of that with everybody. So, you know, after that, we're not actually sure yet, but we would want to do a Nicolas Cage one. Yeah, that'd be cool. Don't even know what movies we'd choose. He's got a hell of a lot more than like 12 of them.
Surely the remake of God, my brain's dead. Wicker Man has got to be on
sure,
there.
yeah.
Albert Nada Retro with a 5 Canadian. Well, Pedro is a feminist, and they do feel entitled due to their loyalty to the cause and tendencies towards kleptogamy. Ooh. I don't think Vanessa Kirby was too happy. Zodlander with a 50 Swedish says Cassandra Nova's fingers in the head reminded me of Vampire the Masquerade Dark Magic's. Google Vitesse/Fleshcraft, and you'll know what I mean. It's a kind of reoccurring thing in horror. Didn't they do it with one of the Freddy trailers, Nightmare on Elm Street trailers? They had like Freddy's needles going through somebody's kind of like head type of thing.
For sure, they must have done that a few times, yeah.
Yeah. Normal Man with a 10 Canadian says, after watching Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm interested in reading some Wolf and Wolverine comics. Would Gary be able to recommend a good place to start? Yes, he would.
He would do that, yes.
And unfortunately, we'll have to ask him next week, though. But yes, he would. He'd be able to smash all that out for you. The Norman Conquest with a £5 says, Strange was done dirty, but Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange is one of my favorite fights in the MCU. Spider-Man didn't win that fight. Peter did.
Oh, yeah, they're talking about because he used, what was it, mathematics or something to beat him with the rock moving around.
Yeah.
I got maybe controversial opinions on that as well, but like, yeah, I kind of hated what they did with Doctor Strange in No Way Home almost entirely. It made him, he had to be sacrificed for the sake of the plot.
How many times has he been sacrificed in films now?
That's for me. He's kind of a clown, and it sucks because Benedict Cumberbatch plays a good Stephen Strange, so it's just annoying that we keep having to watch him be clowny instead of giving him something worthwhile. Because I famously did not like Multiverse of Madness.
Wow, I thought it was shit.
It's because it was.
He also got sacrificed in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Strange? Oh, he did. You're right, actually, because oh fuck, I forgot how much that makes no sense. Sorcerers, when they go to the void, they can just leave immediately.
With their. So
how
why
the fuck
was he?
they? That would be a huge breach.
Yeah.
Like,
Zunk! Woo! Back out! Hey!
that was wank. Being like, yeah, I could get you guys out because I have the sling rings. Like, you could have given her something else. She had a deal with Paradox. You could make up whatever you wanted. Not a sling ring.
Reference. RDVRK219 with a $5 says Favreau will always be gutter from PCU, an underrated movie. Okay. Not X Nice X Guy with a $5 says DP3 kind of made me mad. They've proven they know what we want. They just don't want to give it to us. Albert Nada Retro again with the 5 Canadian says, in the comics, Zemo founded the Thunderbolts post-onslaught and the heroes vanishing. Well, now it's Seinfeld. Andrew Valdez with the $5 says, way to be critics, lol. Glad you like the movie, but this is why Marvel is failing, because you guys recommended the stuff. It will never get better. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, there's two kinds of recommendation, right?
Yeah.
There's one of you will have fun, which is arguably one of the most important elements of all of this. And then the other is just how much we should support a company considering the broad decisions it makes. I don't think Az and Gary are saying like, this film was so much fun that you should now do everything you can to support Disney. It's like, no. And to an extent, you got to make your decisions yourselves. All we can tell you is what we saw and what we thought. And for you to make the best decision you can based on that.
Fingers in heads.
It shouldn't surprise anybody to think that me, Gary, and Az all are not fond of Disney.
No. And I also stress that this film is very successful due to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. That's what's making this movie exceedingly successful, not Marvel and not the direction or anything like that. As I said, the plot is very thin. The first 20 minutes is very slow and misses the mark a lot. But after that, I had a good time. And I ain't going to lie. Do you want us to lie?
Yeah.
Because there was 3 guys and we kind of had a broad range of one liked it, one was like, yeah, it's okay. And then one was like, no, I don't like it. So I don't know what you kind of expect, but we can't confirmation bias, you're never going to get that everywhere. Kai Schwab has become a member. Thank you. MJ UK 84 with a 20 Canadian says the echo chamber on this show disgusts me. I know, right?
Yeah.
Joke. I agree with Mauler though. Deadpool 3 is fun, but seems more like D+ deflecting. Hey, we're hip and cool kids. We make fun of ourselves. Acknowledging problems doesn't fix it. I like boobs. I do as well.
Like, imagine they had done a put a chick in it and make her gay and lame joke in Deadpool and Wolverine. I would have been like, whoa, all right. Because saying
could have done that with Lady Deadpool. Could have done that with Lady Deadpool.
Yeah, like there's a line I feel like was never actually crossed. I feel like they were safe with almost all of their jokes because everyone makes fun of multiverses. Saying they're at a low point is actually kind of chill because even Kevin Feige could be like, well, we were never going to be able to match the sheer hype of Avengers Endgame, but of course we're trying. We have many very valuable, very respectable entries, blah blah. And you just be like, yeah. When we say low point, we mean it's a fucking disaster. That's not what Marvel means.
Yeah. Al Grundy with a $5 says, hi guys, first super chat here. Thank you, Al. Question for Gary. Oh. What's your thoughts on the Marvel Essentials black and white paperbacks and the Marvel omnibuses? We'll find out next week on The Real BBC. Lost Domino Man with a 10 Canadian says, for me, Cat 4 needs to be referred to as Blacktain America. Aww. Oilers Workshop with a $10 says, hey, Gary, saw you at Basic/Pizza/Bar Wednesday night from a distance. Missed you, but ended up talking to Rob about film and toys at the bar for about 3 hours. Bloody hell. Great time. Rob is the best. Pizza was amazing too. Ooh. Normal Man with a 5 Canadian says Colossus, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler are the bestest X-Men. Dawnbreaker with a $20 says these people show who they are every day. Who they are everyday woke liberals are saying they hope the Southport attack doesn't make people hate Islam extremists.
What?
Wait. Personally, I hate they bring on themselves. Don't stab children. I just read it verbatim.
I agree. Don't stab children.
Don't stab children. The God of War has become a member. Thank you, the God of War. And I think there's a lot of autocorrect going on there. Zach Muffin with a $20 says, Hail was having breakfast Sunday, chatting about the 4K 77 project on the OT. Suddenly, the guy starts licking windows and telling me that Boba Fett was just fine and that Drinker is a misogyny. Put down the snozzberries, man. Boba Fett was fucking dog shit. Oh, God. What is it with fucking people in Star Wars spinning around now and shooting guns? Wasn't it in the Outcast trailer as well?
I think so, yeah.
Stop it, you fucking tart. Albert Nada Retro with a 5 Canadian. In all fairness, not that they deserve it, there was a pre-Woke Age What If comic where Jane Foster became Thor. Yes, there was a very old Thor comic where Jane Foster became Thor, and it was just meant as a one-off silly billy. That was all. Nothing more. Not Cancer Jane. Cancer Jane can die of cancer. Snoopy Disc gifted 5 memberships to the stream. Thank you, Snoopy. Zodlander with a 20 Swedish says, Hey, Morley, Deadpool 1, 2, 3, EFAP when?
3. We'll do one at some point soonish. Just looking for the time. And like I said, Rags hasn't seen 3 yet. He's almost there.
Oh, hi, Rags. Shindo Versus with a $10 says, Gary, glad you enjoyed San Diego Comic-Con. Lots of announcements, got buzz. But were there any pretensions that had a less enthusiastic reaction? Great Star Wars grift, by the way, Morley. Here's your FNT pay. Huzzahs! Hail the real BBC.
Well, thank you.
F6 Blue has been a member for 25. I liked it. It could have been 15 to 20 minutes shorter, maybe. Yeah. Laughed out loud a couple of times. Endgame was not good.
Mm.
The Logical Mail with a $5 is Miles Morales. Is Miles Morales. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Chris Evans is Steve Rogers. Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Hmm.
Can't disagree with any of that. Albert Nada Retro again with a 5 Canadian. Strong woman of TV. Kate spent most of her Voyager days bullying Jerry Ryan. So we hear. But it's all been buried in the hatchets and all that. Joe the Uber Geek with a £2 says, It's Schleppo time! Da-da-da-da-da-da. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a membership for 42 says national flags from off the YouTube platform can be shown, but national flags are not included in YouTube's emoji list. That's why StreamYards can't show them. Huh.
Very odd.
Nerd Takes with a $2 says, nice setup, Az. Looks great. Thank you. This is the temporary setup for the disappointing new setup. I know, but it does look really cool to, like, get the lighting going. Yeah, getting the emoji cases turned on. It does look fucking great. But this is my setup for me relaxing, though. This is what I do. I come down here and I put the tava and I put the lights on and I sit back and I'm just like, I'm in geek nirvana. James Moore with a $5 says, can you imagine? Oh my God, Boogie died. 2 weeks later, Boogie's ghost is haunting Lolcow Live. Another 2 weeks later, Boogie's back from the dead. I believe that, yes.
And the thing is, Boogie could be convinced to do it because he'll feel he has nothing left to lose. That's what he'll say. It's like, I already ruined my reputation.
He actually doesn't have anything less to lose because...
Well, that's the thing. People will make videos saying, I couldn't believe it. I thought he couldn't go lower, but he actually did.
But he did. Gee. Why wouldn't I want Az to complain about Star Wars? Exactly. Kenneth LaRock has been a member for 16. Thank you, Kenneth. Best name I can think of with the $2 is Pirate Voice. Well, twiddle me tipples. Mortem with a $50 says Hail Az and Mola and the gay old man. Question for anyone. Lately, my girlfriend has been buying me comics secretly, and now I'm getting sucked into the rabbit hole of collecting them. Where are the best places to get quality ones? DC preferably. Quality ones, if you're are you talking in terms of condition, or are you just talking in terms of storylines, etc., etc.? Because if you research, like, let's say you're like, I want to get DC ones. Let's think about Superman. Let's just say Superman as an example. Then you can just literally Google Superman's greatest stories. It will give you a list of perceived greatest stories for Superman. It'll mostly be right. Then literally hitting places like eBay for them, depending if you want to have the individual issues or if you want to have the trade paperbacks, whichever, or if you want to go hunting out some really cool old school stories and you want them in the floppy format, look up for when comic conventions are in your area, because comic fairs, comic conventions, God, they are fucking the dog's bollocks to go around, mate. So there you go. Let me know if that serves you okay, sir. Nathan Cassidy with a $5 says, a comment on the VOD for part 2 proposed that CoffeeZilla could do a full video on the MC of Boogie's crypto scam. I can see that happening after this.
I don't know. Coffee could be busy with it. Like, Boogie's already been exposed as a complete fraud. Might not be worth his time compared to other stuff, but maybe. I think I agree with. I would say not. I would say it's not worth his time at the minute. I think this whole arc is done. Meth Bear, how you doing, dude? With a 24 months, as DSP got himself a Michigan 5 and made her into a fatismic horse who breaks everything and is crying downstairs. Please tip. Oh, she's his wife's evolved. Take a 610 with a $2 says BBC bashing Boogie and chatting. Yeah, boy. Comic Goatee with a $2 says recreate Lord of the Rings intro with the broken play button. Oh, wow. I just like the idea that he does eventually die, and those YouTubers have to reunite and reforge the play button to summon his ghost because he died with important information or something. You have to get it to Rivendell.
His important information would be as abused his child.
Like, yeah. We wanted to know what the code to the safe was, and he's like, "Oh, okay." But I was abused.
My mum twisted my tip off.
What's funny is that's like 10% of that rant where he says some crazy fucking shit, but Tipples will it's hard to beat.
Yeah, I saw stuff on that EFAP last Saturday. I saw stuff I had not seen.
Yeah, I mean the big old build up, the prep part of it, right? All the lolcow clips, a lot of people don't even know about, where he's just going fucking nuts. The point of that, of course, was to show that the longer he spends on stream, the worse it's been for his career.
Oh yeah.
Because he just can't. He doesn't have the brain power or willpower to hide who he is,
or the ability to be himself naturally, because it's been disguised for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia man with a $5 says, "What are your thoughts on the first scene of the movie?" I personally liked it. I thought I chuckled away.
I almost don't want to go over it. It's the problem for me. When I knew the context of it, I was already like, let's put it this way. When it started up, I was like, this depends on how this is all contextualized, because storytelling wise, like, what the fuck is actually happening here? And then I find out that Deadpool is just retarded. He didn't go back in time and get Wolverine when he was alive. That's all he had to do. Is the simplest shit ever. He wants him alive. That's all you have to do. He has fucking access to time travel. Anyway.
No, didn't he say he handed in the thing? Didn't he say he destroyed cables?
He has a Paradox's device at that point. Remember, Paradox has to take it back off him.
Of course, yeah.
So there's that. The whole anchor being thing is retarded. And then I realized when I was watching it, I'm never going to accept this as canon to the story of what happens in Logan.
No. But it's funny. No, I mean, it's done for yucks. But no, I wouldn't. Noah, but people are just like, actually. All right. Noah Sprague Studios with a $5 says, I think the only way for Boogie to get his life straight is to unfortunately get the Gary treatment. Well, if you want to get your life straight, then you've got to make changes, and he don't want to make.
He's got to want to
changes.
change. He doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Benology's thick meaty beaver. Wow. With a $10 says, you think Michael Bay's upcoming ski biddy toilet franchise is bad? There's an upcoming adult animated musical comedy about talking baby gravy named Spermageddon. Vanity has an ask.
I don't.
Eric K has been a member for 49. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, dude. And Eric with a $2 as well says, Morty spoiled Gettysburg. Lee lost the battle. Oh.
You don't just because I said that doesn't mean that's what happens. I could have been trolling. You don't know.
But you might like it still.
Yeah. You don't know.
You know. Kota Kenshi with a membership for 41 months says, remember, you don't own Ubisoft games. That is true. That is true. Crisco, yeah, with a member for 10 months says, as I finally finished Lonesome Road DLC for Fallout New Vegas. Out of the 4 DLCs, I think both Honest Hearts and LR were great in storytelling. Okay. When all this is done, all this work's done, Dan's allowed to get his kid back. When all of that's done, I've got to download Fallout London. The mod that came out. I gotta be playing me some of that. I gotta be playing me some of that. Legalize adulthood! The Hondo! The casting will begin as soon as the couch arrives. Fuck yes. Screens for the podcast! As he jumps up and down on Us's couch, saying, Sofa King, we did! Legalize adulthood, dude. You're way fucking too kind. As he drops also a 20 gifted on top. Dude. Josh Kelsey with a 20, Josh. Great to see you, man. Thank you so much. Bill Durkin with a $10 says, Suit May, I don't believe Mauler is really Welsh. Please say, oh, do it.
First of all, it was Shemai.
Oh, Shemai.
Llanferpel Gwingel go geri chwich drobl lad tisilio go goch.
Oh,
go Swans.
You fucking diamond. He only fucking gone and did it, didn't he? Oh, well done. That's got me pretty hard, actually. Not going to lie.
Beautiful.
Warwick Dorner with a £2 says, add Schlepper all over those tipples. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It's a multiverse.
Oh. Curly Bob with a Curly Bob 17 with a 17. Curly Bob 17 with a $5 says, saw an old video of ours and was shocked at seeing you before your weight loss journey. Keep it up. Thank you, dude. No, I was as shocked as I was when I lost it. Well, lose started. Aided Clock with a $5 says, would you rather listen to Movie Bob talk about his technocratic society or Boogie explaining why him lying about cancer helps him pay his mortgage?
I think you have to switch between them every once in a while because you can't take too much exposure from any of them, you know?
I've never, ever seen a Movie Bob video in my life.
The Technocrat Society shit, some of the stuff he says on Twitter, he's psycho.
No.
Remember, he said Trump stole his Halloween and that conservatives have prevented us from having robot bodies on Mars. He says weird shit, man.
Okay, wow. Cool. Caffeinated Me has been a member for 8. Thank you. Fiesta Cat with a $5 says RDJ's Doctor Doom versus the new Doctor Who. The ultimate Disney crossover. Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Epic Reader with a 4 month says, we'll go to see Deadpool and Wolverine this weekend. Don't mind the spoilers. Hail the Brits of the Fellowship. I know. Oh my God. Yeah. All British, real BBC going on right now. Live. Erin Pipes with a $5 says Gary is too busy running from his minions chasing him with lighted torches demanding raises. All your fault. I know he's gone. He's gone.
And he's gone.
And just like that, he's gone. Grand Admiral Adam with a membership for 17 says, while most people talk about the best casting for a superhero, I think two of the best are Rosemary Harris for Aunt May and J.K. Simmons for Jonah Jameson. J.K. Simmons is like ultimate perfect casting of all time ever.
Might be the number one best cast character in history.
Mm-hmm. Without doubt.
There's
Nailed
a couple
it.
others that compete, you know. Patrick Stewart's Professor X was a pretty good one.
Pretty good one.
Obviously, RDJ
I don't
is
think
Tony
he
Stark.
can. Okay. Oh, RDJ. Yeah. RDJ is just perfect casting for Tony Stark. Absolutely perfect. J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons, perfect casting. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, they're the two absolute goats. Two absolute goats in terms of casting, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Old Cranky Gamer with a $20 says, glad to see your progress on the weight as I am down from 260 to 212. Woof, wish I was 212. Which fits my 6-foot frame better. I'm 5'11", you fucker. Cancer and enthusiasm. Cancer and youth. What? Used to Chan tube issues kicked me down last year for last 4 years. Rooting for you. I'm really fucking this one up, dude. He's trying to pour his heart out about, you know, doing the cancery stuff and his shitty stuff, losing weight because of it. 4 years. That's got to be tough. That's got to be fucking hard. And I'm just fucking reading it like Boogie trying to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Just ain't gonna come out right, you know. Just ain't gonna come out right.
I think we got the broad bits and bobs, though.
Yeah. Rooting for you, man. Eating brisket, sushi, and yogurt with berries mostly. God, all sounds good. Yeah, fuck yeah, that sounds good. The God of Gravy with a £20 says, hail as miss you on FNT, like Michael Bay missed the mark when he made Did we?
No, not yet.
Haven't we?
We will, though.
Okay. FNT needs you like Ben Affleck needs acting school. He was terrible in that film. I say Pearl Harbor sucked, and I miss you every Friday. Thank you, God of Gravy. Did we just watch it together?
I don't think we
Behind the
have,
scenes?
but I would certainly fucking want to, because
Yeah.
that sounds amazing.
Yo, fuck yeah. Oh, God, I love it so much. God Hates Taxes with a $5 is the new DP and W. Makes me want to watch some of the older animated movies like The Hulk versus Wands. Also, Mauler should be the new Doom. Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, all right. if Disney offer the right amount, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Mr. Gruland with a 34 months says, check out UFO Cowboys. A little lame and gay. Oh, okay. SWA became a member. Thank you, SWA. John Platt has been a member for 3. He says, hi, Asmola, Gary. Deadpool and Wolverine was great. Q and Ryan on top form as Grumpy Drunken Logan's serious counter to Ryan's potty-mouthed Merc perfectly. It was a really good chemistry, I thought. Nate the Scott has been a member for 22. Just popping by to say, love y'all. Mauler, the EFAPs on Boogie have been my listening fodder the last couple of days, and they're incredible.
Glad you've enjoyed them. They were nightmares.
I'll say thank you as well, because I was very fortunate to be part of those.
Appreciate you joining us.
MJ UK 84, the 3 Canadians says Tony Stark received his doctorate in Doom Studies. Nathan Cassidy has been a member for 15. Says, well, I agree with your assessment on Boogie. I don't see him getting away with it, as he's going to have a harder time lying, trying to sympathy farm.
He was already considered that before he did the cancer thing. Honestly, like, I know it sounds insane, but it feels like it's reset. And he's going to use that stupid fucking tattoo whenever anyone brings it up as being like, hey, I paid my dues.
I got a brand on my face.
Yeah.
Hannibal the Dragon with a 5 says, Mauler, what do you think of House of the Dragon, where people try to gain a dragon? Would you try it? Do you hope for more new dragons in the future? As needs to watch it.
If I was certain of my ability to do so, as in canonically, whether or not I even have the chance to do it lineage-wise, and I had the benefit of the knowledge of, like, somewhat of the way to be able to court one. I mean, maybe that's unfair as the hypothetical. I guess what I'm going to say is I'll side with what Ryan said, which was, it depends on my standing in the world. If I've got a lot going for me, like a family and everything else, I'm not going to risk myself on a fucking dragon. However, if I'm out begging for scraps on the street, and it's like, do you want to have a go at trying to get a dragon? I might be like, fuck it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go see if I can get a dragon.
Boogie paid his mountain dues.
His mountain dues.
In mountain dues. Right, the poll. Do you want me to stream Star Wars Outlaws? Yes, 57. No, 43.
Ooh.
It's not. You see, it's not. It's not resounding or anything like that. You see. Maybe we further investigation is required. Morley, before we go, is there anything that you would like to plug?
Well, to remain on theme, as he was a part of a big old 13-hour adventure into the life of Boogie from start to finish, I took the time to get as many videos as I could and chop them all up into a chronological order of a story that tells you what destroyed his career and what rose it up in the first place, right? Like his pieces, and you go through it, you're supposed to sort of understand who he is, and it becomes very fucking clear well before you get to the cancer stuff. He's repeated the same patterns over and over again. If you go to the Moolah channel, both parts are up. Like I said, a 13-hour adventure, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's paced badly. It's very much a clip, us reacting, us talking about our perspective on the things he's lying about or what we know about him. And then, honestly, I think a few insightful conversations just about why we don't fucking lie, why you try to be a good person, why he is a miserable cautionary tale that you should dramatically avoid. You don't want to be someone like him. And if anything, he's tried this in the past. He's like, oh, hopefully I'm an inspiration for people to not be like me. He's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He's tried every avenue possible to win at life while being a reprehensible piece of shit. He needs to change. He never will. He's not in an environment that would encourage it. He doesn't understand what he did wrong. He's just mad he got caught. That's the only thing you can really do with it.
I absolutely agree. Because things are going on in the house, we're a bit higgledy-piggledy. I'm not even sure if there's a Rip and a Silverback tomorrow. I don't think there is. I need confirmation, but I don't think there's a Rip and a Silverback tomorrow. So we'll be back the next week with that. I will be back on Sunday, though, with Afternoon Tea with Az and Sunday Fun Day. So we will be back for that. And then it's just hoos. So massive thank you to everybody who stopped by today. Moderators, thank you so much for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, remembered, gifted memberships. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll be back next week on Gary's channel this time. Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Baloo.
Bye.